Daytona.com. Pick your part, Daytona. Save big by pulling your own parts.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind. I bought a pair of Jordan 5s off eBay. They went through the authentication process. When they got here, something was wrong with them. I put them on and they immediately self-destructed. I contacted eBay. They said they weren't responsible. I filed multiple emails, photos, complaints. I didn't stop till I won. That's what I did for a pair of tennis shoes. Imagine what I would do for you. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333, offices Orlando.
Go all the way and save. It's the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score new Nissans from 18.9 with no payments till 2025 and 0% interest. Touchdown at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty.
The number RL 897631, MSRP 20,050 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Guys, it's time to deploy the secret weapon. What's that? It's BlueChew. This stuff is absolutely amazing. And it's a unique online service. They deliver the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable. It's a fraction of the cost. And wait until you hear the deal I'm going to hook you up with here. The thing about BlueChew that's fantastic is it's an online prescription service, so you don't have to go to the doctor and have an awkward conversation. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. It comes right to your door in a discreet package, and you're off to the races. This is something you should be using to take your B game and bring it up to an A game. And that is what you need to do today. There's a special deal for you right now. Try BlueChew free when you use the promo code TNJ at checkout. You just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code, the letters TNJ to receive your first month free. Check out BlueChew now.
Racetrack's here for whatever gets you going. Like when you've been working nonstop, on the road and on the go like you do it for a living. 'Cause you do. Then there's the company softball game. Boom, you're there. Walking the dog. Pow, he's a happy boy. Coffee with dad. Definitely gonna make that happen. You've got it in the bag. Just one quick stop at Racetrack, and you're still the favorite son. Because you've always got time to share a coffee with someone special. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
This weekend at International Diamond Center, you can buy like a dealer buys with extreme values on all GIA certified diamonds. It's IDC's annual diamond sale with extra savings on an entire collection of hand-picked, natural, rare diamonds, all shapes and all sizes. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, perfectly cut diamonds, certified by the most prestigious gem lab in the world. Get the best price of the year and take advantage of 36 months zero interest financing on any purchase. And for this event, you can match that diamond with the perfect ring from Tacori or Veragio. Both world-class designers are flying in their entire collections for this, both bridal and fashion lines. So come join us as we open the IDC vault and showcase the largest selection of diamonds you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Create the ring of your dreams and get 3 years zero interest financing. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from mysterious injuries at a Trump rally to a python grabs a woman and squeezes, and why Madeline Soto should be in prison, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yo.
Hello, C-Lane.
Hello.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Doing it. How are you?
This is going to be the earliest correction in a show ever, but
Wow. Right
I
off
forgot
the
to
bat?
write mother. I forgot to write mother in the opening there. Why Madeline Soto's mother should be in prison.
I was going to say, isn't she?
Yeah. Yep.
Well-
That's my bad on that. I'll change that on the descriptions of the stream here in a second. Sorry. Running
It's
a
even on the
little,
stream, huh?
It's just in the rundown of what's on the show today. Okay, calm down, all you losers freaking out over this tiny little error. You know what I'm talking about, for God's sake. Some of the real pearl clutchers sometimes on Twitch and YouTube. My God. All right, we have tons of stuff to get into. How are you guys doing today? If I didn't even hear your answer because I was trying to do the correction.
It was good. We were good.
Good? All right, everybody's good? Good.
Cruising along.
All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And have you guys been following this story of the manhunt of Joseph Couch at all, or is that not on your radar?
The name sounds familiar.
Joe Couch. No, this is all new to me.
Okay, Joseph Couch is this guy in Kentucky, and you may have heard of the story that he was involved in. He just started shooting people on the interstate I-75 there, and he perched up and just started firing off his weapon at a whole bunch of people.
A la DC Sniper style? Or
Yeah, basically, yeah. He would just kind of wait until somebody drove by, and then he would shoot at them, and this was going on for a while. I don't know if anybody died, but there definitely were people who were injured, and it caused panic, and it was really bad. And the police have been searching for this guy for quite some time now. They haven't been able to find him. They found his car. They found, I think they found a weapon of his. They found a lot of his stuff, but they haven't
determine
found
it
the
was
guy.
him?
How did they determine the car was his?
No,
Or-
that it was, he
him?
was the guy doing it.
I'm not sure, actually. I haven't been following this as close as I should have. They knew that that he was dangerous, and a family member had called in about him, I believe. And then they were chasing after him. There's a huge manhunt in Kentucky. We'll read the story in just a bit. But they just found his body.
Oh.
They just found his body after this long manhunt. And when I say they, I mean some YouTubers found his body. They got involved in the search, and they were out there. And yesterday, we focused on one side of the YouTube spectrum. That is, these younger people, they're couples. They're like, here's what's happening with my family today. And they're the young YouTubers you're used to. But there are also old YouTubers. Yes, there are.
Yeah.
I like the old YouTubers. The old YouTubers are great.
There's some old YouTubers like
Send a fax.
when I look for like quick recipes, there's like the BuzzFeed style, like tasty, like here's the recipe, how to do it in a minute or less. And then there's some that are like, welcome to my kitchen, and today
This is her fork.
I love it. Wait till you hear what this lady keeps saying over and over. It's an older couple that has a YouTube channel. They were searching the woods, and they found this man who is the subject of a manhunt, Joseph Couch. Here we go.
You found him? You found my Lanta.
oh my Lanta.
I'm sorry. What?
Wasn't that a Full House thing?
It
Is
was no. Oh my Lanta was from The Ringer.
Was it? Uncle Jesse definitely said it on Full House. He was
I
like,
just
"Oh,
haven't heard
my
that
land."
in real life.
Heard
So
this
good for her.
in a very long time. But she's going through the woods. The guy, the older man, finds the body that he believes is this missing shooter in Kentucky, and then she's going, "Oh my Lanta!"
Here he is. You found him? Oh my Lanta. I'm coming. Oh my Lanta, you found him?
Oh, he said he's deteriorated.
They're very chill for walking up on a dead body.
Also, why are they the ones finding this body? Why?
How did they find it?
I don't know. They're just out in the woods searching, and they find the body.
Oh, my Lanta.
Is that the third Mylanta?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, gross.
She says gross.
Nasty.
And that gross is about the smell of the dead body. I guess he had been there for a little while.
Did you see the unblurred video?
No, I haven't. I just seen this clip here. Oh, I would, yeah, but
Of course he would.
I
But
would
that's
seek it
for
out
later when he has tissues
Why, did
and
you see it?
moisturizer. What?
Did you see it?
No, I have no interest. I think I just have a good idea.
All right, yeah, I mean, I know what a deteriorating body looks like. God, that sounds very...
Exactly, yeah.
What a one-up.
It's because of what we do here. It's because I don't...
Second early correction. Uncle Jesse said, have mercy. DJ Tanner said, oh, my Lanta.
There's not one instance where Uncle Jesse said, oh, my Lanta?
I mean, come on.
Don't correct,
I
Sean.
need some sort of AI to watch every episode of Full House.
I feel like I remember. Okay, Uncle Jesse.
We need to stop everything for this, guys.
So nonchalant.
Yep, we got to figure this out here. All right, here we go.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta.
Come on, one Jesse. No, not a single Jesse.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta.
All from the same character. Sorry, second correction, just off to a rocky start today. That one's not really my fault. That's very obscure. The other one was just rushing to write the intro. You got to do 4 hours off of this. What is one to do? What is one to do, okay? All right, we are going to take... no, we're not going to take a break yet.
Why is your phone number on that page?
Whoa.
What? Was it? No,
nice prank.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's go over to this, a runner-up, because I thought this was interesting. They're saying they made history here, and it's because former President Trump went to a bar in New York City, not to drink. Trump is not a drinker, and he doesn't do drugs or anything like that. He's a teetotaler for most of his life, I think, because his brother was not good on the drugs and the drink. But he goes into a bar, and he wants to be the Bitcoin guy now. He wants to be the crypto dude. And this was a bar in New York where you could pay in crypto. And Trump went and bought like $1,000 worth of sodas and burgers for everybody at the bar. Okay. $950 worth of sodas and burgers.
Just because he doesn't drink doesn't mean he can't buy the bar drinks, right?
They didn't get him drinks. They just bought sodas for everybody who's at this bar, and then did the first ever purchase by a former president on Bitcoin. And I thought they acted like it went really well. I thought it was kind of clumsy. Here they are. So, here, just going to scan this QR code here with this phone.
It is very loud in there.
Yeah, no way Trump knows how to do this. So the guy goes, scan this QR code right here, and he hands Trump a phone to make this transaction. There's zero shot Trump knows what a QR code is, right? Like,
I mean, it would be hard for him to have been the president during COVID and not, the QR code soared when we were like getting our menus from QR codes because we don't want to touch
this guy's
everything.
Going somewhere with a menu with a QR code? Trump ain't going there.
Not, no.
Older rich people have never scanned a QR code in their life. Never. They don't. Their QR code. I've seen an old dude go into a restaurant and he sat down not far from Courtney and I. True story. And the guy goes, can I get a menu? And they said, right in front of you, you'll find a QR code and you can scan it. He said, I ain't scanning nothing.
Is the problem with this country? What's next?
Give me a physical menu. And it said, wow. It's not manly to scan a QR code.
I ain't scanning nothing.
Pussy digital menus. I'm not doing this. So I don't know. I don't know if he's familiar with the QR code, but he's giving it a shot.
Scan that QR code right here.
Whoa, did you see what just happened behind him? I just noticed that. All right, behind Trump, there is a guy right over Trump's right shoulder here. And the guy quickly whips up his phone to take a video of Trump doing the Bitcoin transaction. I don't know if it's Secret Service or what they are, but somebody grabs the dude's hand really quick because the motion will happen fast. Watch in the background right here over his shoulder. You'll see that if you're watching at thenewsjunkie.com/live. Ready? Camera grabs his hand.
Right there. Just that one.
2 people went over there.
Weird.
I think I let him take a picture, though.
Why wouldn't he be allowed to take a video?
I don't know. I think they just kind of shocked him for a second. And they're a little on edge around Trump. The Secret Service is like, we've spent a lot of time not having to do too much. These days, we're kind of busy around here.
Just a little bit.
A lot of people trying to take shots.
I also like the idea of Secret Service or Trump Secret Service. It's like, hey, man, we might need to lay low or change some things up. And he's like, no, we're going to the crypto bar.
Let's go to the Bitcoin bar. And this transaction is taking forever. Oh, we got to rescan it.
Great investment. Oh, it's nice that lady wore a picnic tablecloth.
And fantastic, it went through.
Hey, fantastic. After 45 seconds, we finally got the transaction through.
Look at that. Commerce.
Bitcoin has got to work on this. Every time you use Bitcoin in the real world to make a purchase, they go, first thing I'm going to need is a face scan. And now if you could repeat to me perfectly the 15-word combination of random words that you set up when you set up your Bitcoin account.
We're also going to do this image verification. About 100 images here. Please find all the stoplights and motorcycles. Thank you.
And don't miss a single one. If you miss a single one, right back to the beginning of the process. Why is every Bitcoin transaction like that? I don't know why necessarily it has to work this way.
I'm trying to think. So there was a bar downtown that for some period of time claimed to accept Bitcoin. Like I think they had a sticker on the wall or something.
How's that bar
Bitcoin.
doing now?
It's a different bar now.
Big shock.
But no, I'm trying to think of who I could text because I wonder if they ever actually had somebody that was like, I'm going to pay for this drink in Bitcoin, and then had to go through whatever thing. Like they had to have trained somebody on how to accept the currency,
We're
right?
seeing an ATM at some point.
Yeah, but I think the places that have Bitcoin ATMs, those never seem to be. I always think that those are for nefarious things. The Bitcoin ATM, really? I mean, regular ATMs are for nefarious things. There's like,
what's nefarious about an ATM,
buddy? At 3 a.m.,
buddy.
I think a lot of normal transactions go down at 3 a.m. at the ATM. What can you do at the ATM that's nefarious?
You get money for drugs.
No paper trail.
That was like a whole like comedy bit. There was like, you want to fight drugs? Turn off the ATMs at 1 a.m. or something like that, and then nobody can buy drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And now even drug dealers are accepting digital payment.
No, that was before Venmo.
You're suggesting that the transactions that occur after your ATM withdrawal are nefarious. I thought you meant something about the ATM interaction.
No, but the Bitcoin ones are the same thing. They're often used for like those scams, like the one somebody tried to get me to do where they wanted me to go buy Apple gift cards and send pictures of the barcode or whatever was going to give them the monies. I just think like, why do people have Bitcoin ATMs? Places that do not accept Bitcoin, they just happen to somebody convince them like they put this ATM in here.
It's a gimmick.
It's such a gimmick.
It's a gimmick, and I don't even think this transaction went through. I think they might have been struggling. The guy goes, "Whoa,
look at
just
work!
Like
Oh my gosh!"
Because who says it like, "Whoa, look at that! The transaction was successful."
All right, it just took 12 of us.
So, like, there's stories about when Steve Jobs like did the first iPhone announcement. He had like 4 iPhones there because they were so buggy that they could only do one thing at a time. And it's like, I think this guy like quickly switched phones to one that just said transaction complete. And you're like, good job, President Trump. It worked. You just Bitcoined.
Eric on YouTube says, you guys sound pretty silly talking about it. Not sure you know much more than Trump about crypto. Eric, call right now. 407-916-1041. I'll wait, Eric. Go ahead. Call right now. I want to hear the expertise level. I want to hear the brilliance that comes out of your mouth when it comes to crypto. You're smarter.
Is this
you got it.
not the dude that helped us out with crypto, though?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. But
Twitter?
nothing that has been said about crypto is wrong. To make transactions for crypto, specifically online, you have to, in some cases, remember these long strings of words. It's obvious to anybody that's ever used it that it's not an easy transaction. In almost any case when you use this,
Sean.
give us a call, genius. Come on, crypto genius.
Is this the third in the segment, first one of the show, that you're letting people get to you?
No, I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I just, whenever I see this kind of stuff, I always go, I love when people do this, and then you get nothing out of them. So ring us up, Eric. We'll talk to Eric, and he'll school us on just how ignorant all of this is momentarily on the show. There's a lot to get to. It's a very busy Thursday. Is he calling us now? No, this is probably 8,000 other people. Yeah, it's Eric. This is me.
No, no one's calling.
All right. We will take a quick break. When we come back, for one, I'll fix the description. But I do want to get into the news about Madeline Soto's mother. This becomes a more and more infuriating story by the minute. It becomes more and more frustrating. And the police interrogation footage that's come out is something we have to discuss. So we'll get into that. If you don't know what's going on with this, we shall run over it together, and we'll all learn a little bit of something. And then we'll see how you feel. That plus your dispatches coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on your smart speaker. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
It would be my pleasure.
There's a bit of commotion on the roadways. Authorities are clearing up a couple accidents around the area. Travel with caution. The off-ramp is partially blocked from the Greenway southbound to University Boulevard. Multiple lanes are blocked due to an accident on Severin Boulevard westbound at Oxford Road. The right turn lane is blocked on Fairbanks Avenue eastbound at Dean Road, and the shoulder is blocked on the beach line westbound near Narcoossee Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop
Aspire scheduled both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7635. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7635 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. The Funny Bone guarantees the best live comedy experience, welcoming the top touring talent to our stage. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Mo Ammer. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
Start your engines for the Central Florida International Auto Show November 14th to the 17th at the Orange County Convention Center with hundreds of new and unique vehicles. Buy tickets now and save $2 per ticket at orlandoautoshow.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, Orlando.
Ever wonder what a drink tastes like on Mars? Find out at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. On the evening of October 4th, they're hosting the 4th annual Mars Teeny Shake-Off. Local bars and restaurants compete to make out-of-this-world drinks, and you get to help judge the winner. Enjoy special menus, mingle with astronauts, and explore exhibits that showcase the future of space travel. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com for more details about this special ticketed event. Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Discover something real.
Is it a cold, allergies, or could it be a sinus issue? Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you find out. A recent study has shown that 45% of patients who suffer from allergies also suffer from chronic sinus issues that are often left untreated. So ditch those nasal sprays and over-the-counter meds for good and find a solution that actually works. The specialists at Aspire Allergy and Sinus make it easy by identifying the problem and creating a custom plan to tackle it. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free. Free never sounded so good.
Score new Nissans from 18.9. It's a win at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Radio.
104.1. The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This
It's very easy to join the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com on your Android phone, your iPhone. We don't discriminate. No green bubbles over here. Just send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com when you're ready. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Heidi emails the show. Oh, out of curiosity, this Eric guy, is there anybody who stayed on the phone?
No,
okay, they see. So no Eric on the phones. Eric, phone's wide open for you. If you'd like to call in during this segment and just clear up all of the things that were wrong. No, that's not going to happen. We will hear from Heidi, though. Hey, News Junkies. I've been listening since day one. I've been to a few events, but not active on the chat or anything. Absolutely adore all of you. I always get a little annoyed when Sean says confident dumb people, because I think 20 years ago, somebody asked me what my pet peeve was, and I said arrogant and ignorant. There's nothing worse than a combination of that, which is pretty much the same thing. But arrogant and ignorant just sounds better. It is easier to say. I agree with you, Heidi. That does sound, it rolls off the tongue better, arrogant and ignorant. Anyways, thank you so much for always entertaining us.
They're both fine.
Confident dumb people. But arrogant and ignorant, kind of, it's. I like how it rolls off the tongue. I'm with Heidi on that one. Anyways, thank you so much for always entertaining us. My kids have been listening since the single digits, and I'm 90% sure they're the first kids that left the dispatch at all. My oldest just went to college at UCF, man. Heidi says all this. Thank you, Heidi. We are at that weird point in our careers now where people come up and go, oh, yeah. I mean, my kid used to listen to the show, and now he's in college. Or like, I used to listen when I was a teenager, and now I have 2 kids. And it's like, oh, God. Love that. Appreciate the loyalty, but I can't help but make it
weird,
make me
man.
feel old.
Oh, all
it's
the
a little
time.
bit.
I mean, I was handyman John. I was talking to Ross at the game yesterday, and handyman John is like one of the people I remember when we first started the show, and we used to have like those random remotes at like a T-Mobile.
Yeah.
And I met him, and I met his baby, and his baby is like 10.
That's crazy.
12,
That's so weird.
It is. I'm like, I feel like you don't know who I am, but I watched you grow up.
You know what's so weird about that is you look at that baby, and then you see the baby is now a bigger kid. And for me, at least, I don't know about you. For me, I look at that and go, I don't feel like I've changed that much. Of course, I haven't, but I don't feel like that much time has gone by in my life.
That's about it.
Maybe. I don't know. I've always yelled. The yelling fairly
now
consistent.
It's a lower tone.
Over time. Yeah, that's true. Steven emails the show. Sean, hope Sabrina is doing better, says Steven. Now, in response to your story about license plates, my first plate in high school was NRK 965. I never noticed it, but like you, I dabbled in some street pharmaceuticals and more in college. As you may well know, some of those individuals are a little paranoid, and more than a few times they would find me and forcefully make me leave. I was so happy when I moved back and was assigned a new license plate. NRK 965, I guess it's NARC, I think is what he's going with, because that's all I can get out of that license plate. Yeah, I guess if you had some super paranoid stoner and they to make a deal with you.
But what narc would have that as their vanity plate?
God, that's a sloppy narc.
It would be not a narc, if anything.
And that's somebody who's not really trying to stay undercover at all, I wouldn't think. Okay, we're going to go over to the Madeline Soto case. If you do not know this case, it's a very frustrating one. Madeline Soto was a young woman who was living with her mother and her mother's boyfriend, I believe. And Madeline Soto's mother knew a lot of stuff was going on in that house. And when I say stuff, I mean terrible things. This girl was being abused. It was pretty much on the regular that this boyfriend of hers was going to sleep in a locked room with her boyfriend or with her daughter, her daughter who's a teenager. Obviously, that's wrong and bad in every possible way. And then when she was supposed to be at school, it turned out she had never been dropped off, and Madeline Soto was missing, and everybody was looking for her. And I think at that point
she was missing until after the school day was over.
Yeah, there was some time that had passed before the parents knew. I'm putting that in air quotes, that Madeline wasn't there. Where is she? She's not at school. I can't pick her up. And the boyfriend says, "Oh, I don't know. I dropped her off. I gave her a backpack and dropped her off." But then it was on the news locally, and people were on the lookout for this teenage girl, the 13-year-old Madeline Soto. And finally, her body was found. And there was other problems with that because the photo ended up leaking out and some other things occurred. But the truth of the matter was, right afterwards, everybody seemed to lock in on this boyfriend. Stephon Stearns is his name. And
now,
everybody
he had already been indicted on child porn charges, right? That were unrelated.
Else.
And then they realized upon getting his phone that it was her.
Yeah, there were photos on his phone of her performing sex acts on him, which were then showed to her mother. And her mother after that said, we have to get him an attorney. Imagine thinking that.
What?
Imagine thinking that for a moment. You're a mother. You have a 13-year-old daughter. The police who are telling you that this daughter is gone, the police show you a photograph of your boyfriend getting pleasured by your 13-year-old daughter, and your response is, we need to get him an attorney. That is the biggest red flag I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just very clear. Like, that's not a normal response. I know sometimes we look at these cases and you see people respond to bad news, the news of a loved one's death, in a way that doesn't quite match up to you. It doesn't make sense. This was really famous with the Casey Anthony case. You go, why is she acting this way? Or you could go to Amanda Knox after her roommate's found dead. She's doing cartwheels and stuff. And you could go, well, people process this stuff differently. No, not in this case. 99.99999% of mothers, when placed in this situation, would be infuriated. Unless what? Unless they knew that this was going on and they cared more about the boyfriend than their own teenage daughter.
Which is wild to me. And then in most cases, in situations like this, if one adult is committing these heinous crimes and the other adult is living there, it is very, very, very unlikely that they don't know what's going on.
There's no way she didn't know. No way. She's going to bed at night and her boyfriend's not there, but her boyfriend's sleeping in this other locked room with a lock on the inside and a gun in the nightstand, I think, in that room as well.
If she didn't know, why she wouldn't be as quick to get the guy a lawyer.
My God. You're right. Like, I know that he's done something very, very wrong here. So the new police interrogation footage just makes things way worse. This woman should be in prison. Madeline Soto's mother should be in prison. There's no doubt in my mind about that. This woman was aiding and abetting a man who was abusing her 13-year-old daughter. For most of us, that is something we can't even reckon with. We can't even make that make sense. But for her, it was reality. And for that, she should pay. Let's listen to this. Here's one of the reports on this today.
Thank you. Join us at West True News at 10. I'm Stuart Moore.
And I'm Michelle Imparato. Tonight, we are taking a look at new video showing the moments Jennifer Soto and Stephen Stearns were questioned about Madeline Soto's disappearance.
West True's Tony Atkins spent the night combing through this new video. Tony, it went on for hours.
Stuart, both they faced tough questions as police dug in, trying to figure out what happened.
Here it is.
Do you have any idea where she may be? No. None whatsoever.
New video.
He didn't even move his mouth when he said those two no's. That was really bizarre.
I mean, and I remember when this news broke that she was missing, and the initial interviews, like via Zoom with the mom, he's in the background, like, I'm just as concerned.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm worried about this.
And nothing on his face, like. That's just the most baffling. I mean, no, there's many baffling parts, but one of the most baffling parts is people that commit crimes like this, where they were like, will go the rest of their lives completely like compartmentalizing that, and we'll be okay. Had he never been caught, he would have lived the rest of his life knowing what he did, and been
How
like,
could
we're
you
still
choose
looking for Maddie.
How could you choose a boyfriend over your blood, your daughter? No. I would never, ever, ever, ever be in that situation. Much less, all the particulars in this, where you talk about the abuse that was going on. Even just choosing between my child and some person that I was just dating at that time, with this guy who she hadn't even been with, I don't think, for that long. Stephen Stearns. No way. It's unfathomable to me.
Stephen Stearns in an interrogation pressed by deputies who, at the time, were trying to track down 13-year-old Madeline Soto. They spent hours pressing for answers.
Well, I can confidently tell you she did not go to school with her backpack. How's that?
How's that?
We found it in the trash.
We found it in the trash, the investigator said.
Okay.
So,
if I was an investigator right now, and I know this maybe is wrong-headed, I would say this guy is so guilty. Body language.
I'm sure that they did in their head, but the process of it all.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying you shouldn't play out the process. No. I'm saying in my head, I would say This guy's body language, his demeanor, this is not how you would be. If you lived with this person, if you were dating their mother, you'd be freaking out, pulling your hair out to go, what can I tell you that might help you find this person? Unless, of course, you killed them.
Stefan, here's what I'm asking you and pleading with you is to dig down.
They know.
Searching.
Stearns asked for an attorney, and this is how the questioning ended.
Do you want to know what you're being detained for? Capital sexual battery and possession of child pornography.
His clothes removed and photos taken to see if they matched up.
How many
with
belly buttons this guy got? What the hell is going?
What?
How many belly buttons does he have? Do you see what I'm seeing here? Is this optical illusion?
It looks like if you clicked on that, it'd be a settings menu.
What? Am I the only one who thinks that looks weird?
It does. And based on my medical experience, that is probably a surgery scar.
I don't know.
Dare I say appendix?
Weird. I've never seen one that
be
looks
like
like
laparoscopic or something.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. I want to get into the other side of this interview because they bring the mother, Madeline Soto, in. We have to hear what she had to say. And we want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. When we return, we'll go to that audio of her side of this interview. We got to get to people who are mysteriously bleeding from the eyes after Trump rallies. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll find out together. And we got much more as the show rolls on a busy Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about former Russian detainee Paul Whelan, Toy Hall of Fame inductees, Danny Myring in for Date Night Done Right, our buddy Glenn Klausman drops by for Colbert Court, New Hope for Kids CEO Brian Clark joins us, and for trivia, pair of tickets to see Jim Gaffigan, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for the rest of our Thursday, we are going to be expecting a good amount of sunshine all the way through about the early afternoon. We'll begin to see some clouds increase ahead of our next round of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. For the most part, these will stay pretty isolated, and best chances will be taking place to the south and east of the Orlando metro, and that will give way to about a 40% chance with afternoon highs today in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Folks, let me tell you about Mills Air. They are the best of the best of the best, and you want to make sure your AC works perfectly every single time. That's why I strongly suggest you call Mills Air. I'll give you their phone number in just a second here. They've been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years of experience keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there, so don't worry about that even for a moment. And Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. So don't freak out. If something goes wrong with your AC, Mills Air is going to guide you through the process. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Wawa makes the right handcrafted beverages for the right time. And now, handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. Jump out of bed for a nice latte. Take a lunch break for a smoothie. Or celebrate with a late-night milkshake. Wawa makes the right beverages for the right time. Now at an even better price. Get smoothies, lattes, or any handcrafted 16-ounce or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
Honey, I'm going to Wawa for dinner.
Okay, but Ben wants pizza.
Yep.
And Nick wants a burger and fries.
Right.
Oh, and the twins, they won't touch anything except for mac and cheese.
Exactly. Wawa has something for everyone for dinner, so I only have to make one stop to make everyone happy. So, what do you want?
Well, if you're going to Wawa, I have to have a hoagie.
From burgers to hoagies and everything in between, Wawa has dinner for everyone.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at
Just a moment here. I got dispatches lined up and ready to go. Get your opinion on the show, no matter what that is, over at thenewsjunkie.com. Madeline Soto's mother is in this newly released police interview footage, and it drives me crazy. I don't think anybody's at odds on this story. I think we're all kind of lined up that this is just the worst display of parenting I've seen in a very long time post Casey Anthony. And I don't think I can feel more for anybody who's been in a news story recently than I can for this 13-year-old girl. Talk about a tough go at life. All of it, from the photos of her body being accidentally leaked, to her mom abandoning her, to her being abused, to just like she was 13 years old and she just really didn't get a fair shot at life. And that is one of those things that is a giant question mark in the world of faith and religion and all of these different things for me, how this could happen to somebody. But we just left it off with this boyfriend of Madeline Soto's mom being arrested and charged with 3 belly buttons and headed off to prison. And hopefully he never sees the light of day again. They got boatloads of evidence against this guy. He's toast. But her mom, who we know knew this was going on, kept defending her boyfriend, even though she knew what he was doing, and did all of these other things to sort of get in the way of this investigation. She's not getting charged with anything. And maybe that's because they haven't found enough to pin her down just yet. Maybe that's because they'll go, hey, we have to wait and see how this other trial plays out. I don't know. I just look at it and say, if you are a parent and you know that somebody else is abusing your child, you are every bit as guilty as they are. You are letting it happen. You are just as wrong as they are in doing that. That's how I feel about Madeline Soto's mom. And I feel like she should be in prison, not roaming around free and positioning herself as she has been as a victim in all of this, because I don't see her that way.
I wonder what's her situation right now. You said roaming around free, but like, do you think she gets recognized at the store? Do you think like she gets dirty looks?
I wouldn't recognize her.
I wouldn't either, but I'm sure the people in that
in the
area,
community,
the town, at least the fellow parents at the school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's insane what happened, and it's crazy to me to think that she had no idea what was going on.
I mean, unless
I don't believe it for a second.
Unless she was in such a situation where he had some sort of power over her, he was wielding some sort of, like, how like the Sean Puffy Combs, the whole thing was like, oh, he had control over these people, physically, financially, mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she was in a situation like that, she has to have friends. She has to have people that she talks to every day that aren't Madeline and Stefan.
Boy, would I love to hear from them. Because I would guarantee you some of those friends would have stories going, we were telling her, we were saying, this guy is a creep. What are you doing? Why are you allowing this to happen? I guarantee you, if she did have friends that were in her life, they picked up on some of the stuff that was happening with this guy. Because this guy was just, he's the worst. He's a terrible person. And now in this report from Wesh, I think they get to the actual questioning of Madeline Soto's mother from the police. Let's
Video
see.
evidence deputies found in his phone. He sits cuffed, takes a sip of water.
Drinking cuffed.
Then he's walked out. Deputies say he was supposed to take Madeline to school on the day she disappeared. The next day,
here's
Jennifer
the mom.
Soto cried as she began her interview with deputies, recounting the day she learned her daughter never showed up for class.
At some point in this, I emailed one of her teachers.
This is a really interesting interrogation unit, and I don't know if I've seen anything quite like this before.
What's with the pictures?
There's pictures on the wall. There's lamps. There's a couch.
It's usually just like a tiny round table.
Yes.
And very close up. But
do you think maybe this makes it feel less like there's an interrogation going on, and it maybe puts the people at ease a little bit more?
Got a bigger budget.
The couch definitely would.
Yeah, it seems like this is just different.
But Stefan didn't get the couch.
No, he didn't. He was in the other place. Maybe they're making her feel like you're not a suspect.
Well, she hasn't been charged with anything yet, so you're right. I mean, I don't know. They have to have Mirandized her or something.
I would think. Let's see what they say here.
Actually, the few of her teachers, two of them responded. One of them said, no, she did not make it to class, and I checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She wasn't at school at all.
Deputies also pressed her, questioning her awareness about her daughter's years of alleged abuse.
Here we go.
I feel like you want to tell us.
No, if I knew what to tell you, I would tell you. If I had the truth, I would tell you. I don't know anything.
And so far, only Stearns has been charged in this case. He's due back in court on October 14th.
So they did a whole deep dive into this police interrogation footage. There was that part that I told you about where they showed Madeline Soto's mom the photo of him abusing her daughter, and she said, oh, we got to get him an attorney. And there was all kinds of other red flags like this where you knew that mom knew this was going on for years and didn't do anything about it. So to hell with her. I know. Man. I just did not get when it makes me so mad when somebody doesn't get a fair shake at life. It's not much different than my emotions when I see the kid who's 4 or 5 going through cancer treatment. And I said, what kind of world is this where there's somebody who just didn't get a fair shot? When I see a lot of other people who have screwed up their lives and made terrible decisions, you at least got a fair shot. Most of you got a fair shot. You had a chance to make decisions, and your choose your own adventure ended up in garbage territory because of your decisions. But sometimes you don't even get a shot at it, and she didn't. We want to hear from you. Let us know how you're feeling, and let us know what you think about this. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to those here in just a moment. But I want to talk about a Delta flight. Imagine this. This would have been so absolutely bizarre. Delta passengers on this Delta Airlines flight had to return to Salt Lake International Airport because several passengers experienced pain due to a cabin pressure issue. It said multiple Delta airline passengers are recovering from bloody noses and burst eardrums suffered during a terrifying cabin pressure issue. I even saw this couple. Damn, I wonder if we could find this. There was a couple that was on this flight, and they're being interviewed, and they're at the airport laying against the wall by one of the terminals, and they're being interviewed. And he has a bandage on his ear, I think, and with blood all over it. You see that his ear's been bleeding.
Oh, it popped so bad.
Yeah, and she had a bandage on her nose, where you see that her nose had been bleeding. Just flying along, there was a cabin pressure issue, and it burst their eardrums.
Oh, that's awful.
That sounds so horrible. It says, I looked over at my husband, and he had both of his hands over his ears, kind of leaning forward. I looked about a row behind me over on the other side of the aisle. There was a gentleman that clearly had a very bad bloody nose, and people were trying to help him. I grabbed my ear, and I pulled my hand back. There was blood on it. During this time, the plane dipped down and began circling the Great Salt Lake before pilots announced they'd be going back to the airport. So we've sincerely apologized to our customers for their experience on Flight 1203. I don't even know what I would do in that circumstance. That would be tough. All right, over to you. Here we go.
Probably be like, what?
It's true.
Anyone have a tissue?
Are we landing?
What's happening? Here's ex-swimmer with the dispatch.
Happy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, junkies.
You too.
Hope everyone's having a great day. Wanted to stick up for Sean here a little bit. Use a little chat GPT, and Uncle Jesse does say, oh my Lanta. And it's specific scene in Full House in season 8, episode 10, Under the Influence. There's a moment DJ Tanner gets drunk at a college party. Jesse uses her signature catchphrase in a humorous way, saying, oh my Lanta, to emphasize his shock and concern. Yes. Hope you have a great day. Wiggle, wiggle.
Awarded.
Pop, pop.
Don't even want to check it. Too good to check. I'm going to take that as the gospel. And there we go. All right, so one thing taken off the list of mistakes today. That makes for one left, and that one's going to stay on there. Here's Heather. She's talking about Madeline Soto.
At the very minimum, she should be charged with child neglect. One of the interviews they did with her, just for the interview, she had derivative immunity.
Uh-oh.
So she could say whatever she wanted in that interview, and she would not be charged with anything. However, if they catch her lying in that interview, they could then charge her. Huh. So not sure what their plan is at this point.
I'm not sure either. I don't know why there hasn't been a move made on that. They're probably assembling a case, would be my guess. If you know more about what's happening with that, you want to be anonymous, you can always email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. That'll be appreciated. And we're going to hear from more of you today with your comments, your thoughts on what's happening on these stories and so many more. And in fact, if there's another story you want us to react to, you can always do that. Sort of like an all request line in some ways. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, fire up a dispatch right now. I'm going to ask you guys a weird question because I feel targeted today. I saw this news story making the rounds out there. It's getting shared a lot on social media. There are many people discussing this on Facebook,
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
And it's a story about how to bathe and shower, according to dermatologists. And
I swear we do this
is this where we learn we've been doing everything wrong?
You don't have to do it all the time.
Maybe not you. No, not about timing. Not about timing or frequency. But when I get into the shower, let me tell you how this goes, whether you wanted to know or not.
You do a little cry.
Get my tears out. And once that's done and past me, then I take my soap, take my bar of soap, which I got a real bona fide bar of soap now. For a while, Caitlin's son made a bar of soap, and Caitlin dropped off a gift package for me, and I was using the soap that he made for a while. Cool. And she goes, I don't know. He's making soap. I don't know if he... And I said...
That's my boy.
It seemed to work. Worked
Did you
very
see
well
Fight
for a while.
Club recently?
I don't know. And I just took it and didn't even question, this is a kid making soap. Does he know what he's doing? He seems to know what he's doing. It worked. It was very nice. It was a good experience. Now I've got my Dove soap bar. So I get into the shower. I take the Dove soap bar. I get it nice and wet. I get up under my arms, into my armpits real good. I wash my hands real good. I get into all the dirty areas real good, right? The areas that we would expect. The butt crack.
All right, Sean. What's the point here? I don't need to know every inch of your body.
Hang on. Guess what? You know all the inches of a man's body? Those are the inches I have. There's nothing that's going to be a surprise. I go to my feet. The bottom of my feet. I take the bar of soap. I rub it on the bottom of my feet. And I put my foot down carefully so I don't fall. And I do it on the other bottom of my foot. And when I read this story, they're saying that is not how you're supposed to shower. you are supposed to wash the entirety of your body from head to toe whilst in the shower, whether you think it's a dirty spot or not. And I can tell you,
why is that wrong then?
That.
You did the foot.
I know I did the foot. I did the armpits. They're saying you can't just wash the dirty places. You have to wash everything, like your thigh or your shin.
Wait,
or
you don't like wash your legs?
A little bit, maybe. Maybe some of it drips down.
I definitely wash the entirety of my body.
Do you take the soap and put it in your? Oh God.
Yeah.
Leg armpit. That's the best way I could call that thing. I don't know what to call it. Under your knee,
head to toe, without a doubt.
Every piece of your body.
The only thing that, like, I would say that sometimes I can neglect, and that's like not every single time I shower, is like in between the toes, and then. But I'm definitely doing that multiple times a week.
Your back? How are you even getting your back?
What do you mean?
How are you getting all the places on your back? There's places on my back I can't get to.
I lather it up real good and wash and like scrub the top of my back, and then let the thing cascade the soap downwards.
Like, go from bottom up. I don't know, like you.
I'm bigger than you. There's places I can't get to. The top of my back is like look,
Courtney.
It's a no go. I'm not going to have her come to the shower and wash me down.
Come wash me.
You get the loofah that's attached to a stick.
Like an elephant in a stall or something? I'm not going to do that. No way. They said, can I just wash the stinky bits and other honest questions about bathing? And this is going crazy on NPR's website. And they said, no, you cannot do that. You're supposed to wash every single inch of your body. I just have never done it that way. I go to the places where I know bad stuff occurs and I wash there. What do you do? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us your first dispatch right now. When we return, there are these mystery eye injuries at Trump rallies, especially one in Arizona, for instance. What's going on here? We are going to dive into that. Something about Area 51 popping up, too. The aliens we want to believe.
Also, I need to do some research because that dispatcher was wrong about Full House.
No, please.
I don't know if he was wrong about Uncle Jesse saying Mylanta. I'll take the L on that one. But DJ did not get drunk at the college party. That was Kimmy Gibbler. And DJ grabbed the keys and drove her home. And Kimmy said DJ ruined her night.
Who's to say that DJ didn't have one sip of a beer, though? We have to
We'll look further into this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Important stuff.
Election day is getting close, but the deadline to register to vote is even closer. Details at realradio.fm/vote2024. Make your voice heard.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
On I-4, you can expect traffic to slow down eastbound approaching State Road 429, and there's delays between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Fairbanks Avenue eastbound at Dean Road. The right turn lane is blocked there. There's an earlier accident on Severin Boulevard westbound at Oxford Road causing a bit of commotion as well. Just travel with caution in these areas. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World Jobs.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next? Inventors, InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to inventhelp.com to get your free inventors information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at inventhelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors receive more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to inventhelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's inventhelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's inventhelp.com. inventhelp.com.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center this Friday through Sunday.
IDC's flying in the entire collections, all the newest styles from both Tacori and Veragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori and Veragio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives and 36-month zero-interest financing. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Veragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Veragio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, check out new fashion jewelry from these renowned designers. Let the experts at IDC help you find both the perfect ring and the most dazzling diamond during this incredible 3-day event. Get the guaranteed best price and spread your payments over 3 whole years. It's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Name calling, pushing, ignoring, whispering, throwing things. Bullying is very much alive in school.
Students with learning and thinking differences are 31% more likely to be bullied. Some kids are wired differently, but all kids can thrive with the right support. Talk with your child's educators to prevent bullying. Not sure how? Understood.org's In It podcast has the right info to get started. Visit understood.org to learn more.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is...
Appreciate you. We're glad you're here with us each and every day. If you're new, welcome on board. Learn more about the show and subscribe to the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. We got to get to this insane story about MAGA rally where a bunch of people's eyes started bleeding. People are freaking out, thinking they're under attack. And I know this sounds crazy, like a conspiracy. We'll go down into the actual details of what was happening here in just a moment. But we do hope you will be in contact with the show. If you're too nervous to send a dispatch, you could always send an email. And if you want to be anonymous, put that up on top of the email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Donovan on YouTube says, please, Sean, do not ever talk about taking a shower at your naked body ever again. So grossed out, I just threw away the rest of my lunch. I'm so repulsive to you. that you couldn't eat your lunch after thinking about me taking a shower? I mean, that's another level of rudeness.
I think that was extreme. However, I also think that you put in a lot of detail, like a lot of detail.
Not really. I just told people.
Yeah, but you put in, I mean, it was just so much. Like, you described exactly what you did by almost the second.
Are we not adults here? We can't understand how a shower works?
Exactly. So why did you have to give so much detail? I wouldn't
Because
have
it was
thrown away a
integral
lunch.
to the story. That was the key part of the story, that people were arguing over whether or not you were supposed to wash targeted parts of your body, which is what I do, or wash head to toe, which it seems like so much more work. I only got so much time.
There are parts of your body that get dirtier. Science.
That's where I focus. Kurt says Sean uses just the raw bar of soap in his crack. Oh, nah. Is that not normal? Do you guys not do that?
I don't bar. I'm liquid soap kind of gal.
Oh, even
On
in
a
the
loofah.
shower? Oh, on a loofah. Okay, yeah. I haven't used that kind of stuff in forever. I tried it before. I don't know if it's the experience for me. We do need to talk about this. Here we go. Is MAGA under attack? Look at this. This woman right here is one of the many people who went to a recent Trump rally, and she says she was blinded. Her eyes were injured.
Over her
Yes, that's what she did. And many others had a similar experience as well at this rally. Yeah, I sound like a conspiracy theorist, right? Is that what this sounds like?
This picture, like, I'm not seeing anything but a woman with a washcloth over her eyes.
Well, we're going to dive deeper. This is just the very beginning of this rabbit hole. We're going further down because Trump supporters have said that something happened here. Something went down, and they had mysterious eye pain after this rally. Lest you think I'm a lunatic, let's go to a local news report where they were talking about this very instance and several other people who said their eyes were hurting after the rally. Here we go.
We begin tonight with a medical mystery following a Trump rally in Tucson last week. Nearly a dozen people now say that they suffered eye emergencies after standing on the stage with the former president.
All right, so over a dozen people are saying they suffered eye emergencies. Some of them went to the hospital after this MAGA rally in Arizona. That's where this happened. So this is not crazy. This is a thing where people actually felt like something happened to them.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. After the rally wrapped up, some of the people say the pain was so intense they actually had to go to the ER. 12 News journalist Jonathan McCall talked with a woman who's now asking for answers about what happened.
Let's hear from this lady.
In the studio with the story. Jonathan.
Hey, Mark Caribe. Everyone trying to figure out exactly what happened during that rally last Thursday. Maya Rodriguez says the pain started after leaving that rally and quickly intensified. At one point, she says it was so strong she couldn't even open her eyes. Tonight, she now wants to know exactly what was the issue that caused the problem.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody does.
A sight to see.
So I'm trying to think of what could do something like this. Maybe if they cleaned the venue before they were going to do this rally and they used some sort of irritant that then bothered the people afterwards. Something must be going on. It's not like it just came out of nowhere and these people are crazy, unless they are. We'll find out.
It was his first rally after the debate.
Maya Rodriguez face-to-face with former President Donald Trump at a Tucson rally last week.
She comes out.
Look, she's doing the interview in these sunglasses because her eye injuries.
The point.
I want to see what her eyes look like. Are they red, or is there anything underneath this?
A perfect view.
It was all the Latinos on that side of stage.
Quickly becoming blurry.
I told my husband, please take me to emergency room because something's wrong.
After leaving the rally, she says she began experiencing eye pain. Initially thinking it was allergies, she says when she couldn't open her eyes, she knew it was something else.
That is her right there. She took a photo of her face, and one of her eyes looks like it's much more closed than it should be.
It doesn't look that bad,
but
honestly.
you can't see much physically going on here, or visibly, I guess I should say, in her eyes. It just kind of looks like somebody's squinting, looking at the camera.
She knew it
also
was something
the sun's
else.
in her face.
Yeah,
look at that picture again. She's literally like. I guess the sun's behind her. Never mind. It looks bright on the rest of her face.
The point is, it's not really, if you're watching this, it's not really showing much. If you're not, she's just kind of squinting her eyes in the
Where's the report
photograph.
from the hospital? What did they determine?
I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see what this
says. She knew it was something else, and she quickly learned she wasn't alone.
Are you okay? Because other people that were with you at the rally went to the hospital.
Her eyes not deceiving.
Whoa, what the hell is this photograph?
It looks crusty.
I'm going to put this up on See It Now.
Now that looks bad.
I think that this looks weird because it looks like it's taken. Does this make any sense? In between frames? Because it looks like she's blinking.
That looks like it's video. Like a
Is it?
screenshot from a
maybe,
video?
maybe it is. Hold on. We'll go a little further. But it looks like it's like in between frames or something.
Her when she learned at least 5 other people in that same section also dealing with eye emergencies.
Friday, I thought I was going to be blind.
A doctor telling her she wasn't blinded by the light.
It was not the lights. The stage lights could not cause this.
Rodriguez says only supporters on one side of that stage were injured. She says the damage impacting her cornea, leaving her sensitive to light. In fact, she wore these glasses during our interview, but she says she will recover.
Today was the very first day that I could actually see straight with both eyes.
Rodriguez says she's been in touch with the Trump campaign about what happened. In a statement to 12 News, the campaign says in part, quote,
all right, I've got the actual quote from the campaign. Let me see if I can bring this up here. They say the Trump campaign has been collecting information. We remain committed to the countless patriots that attended our high-energy, high-impact rallies across the country. So they're very vague. That's a super generic statement right there. But there are more reports on this. This is News 4 in Tucson.
What about the venue? Where was that? Anything that they've
I don't know if they've said anything about this. They say all of the people we spoke with experienced eye irritation. This is News 4 in Tucson, and sought medical attention. Myra Rodriguez is one of those. And she became a prominent figure within the Republican Party after becoming a Planned Parenthood whistleblower. I don't know about her. Rodriguez used to be, it doesn't matter. As soon as we left, we stepped outside. My eyes were burning. Lives near Phoenix. The emergency room staff, from the triage nurse to the physician's assistant, asked, are you sure you didn't get sprayed with something? Your symptoms look like you got sprayed with something.
Oh, like a secret mace attack?
I have no idea. Her initial thoughts of it being allergies seemed to go out the window, and she started to hear from several other people that were seated near her at the event.
Wouldn't you kind of know if you got sprayed with something?
I would think.
I mean, that would be the weirdest thing to happen. You know, you think you're just going to go to a Trump rally. You go, you see President Trump, you listen to him speak, you cheer when he says he's going to make America great again, you leave. At no point you think getting sprayed would stand out to you.
Yeah, you would remember that.
And if not, like, they said 12 people, right? Did everyone, after they left, start to feel these symptoms? Or was there a moment on stage?
There's a lot of different numbers that are going around as to how many people were impacted, because this is another article from 12 News that says they spoke exclusively with 6 people who were seated on the stage behind the former president. 3 of them agreed to on-camera interviews. One is that Myra woman once again. So she's in like all of these. And I'm trying to see, I would love a statement from like the hospital or from a doctor to see what they were thinking about this, but I don't see that. It's possible that this was just one of those things where it's a collective freak out and there isn't actually anything going on. It's possible there was some sort of cleaner that was sprayed in the area. Maybe they didn't know about this. Maybe somebody sprayed some type of perfume that irritated these people's eyes. I have no idea. It's very bizarre, though. Again, not unheard of that people might have this collective delusion of something happening. And also not unheard of that something could have really genuinely happened to them. What do you think is going down here? I'm trying to think of logical reasons why this could happen. The only thing that's really different these days is Trump is standing behind bulletproof glass. I don't think like the lights going through the bulletproof glass is going to do anything in these people's eyes.
It seems like a chemical reaction or an allergy of some sort, maybe something from the ceiling. But it's also like, C-Lane and I have talked about this in the past. Like, we were at a bar in which somebody sprayed pepper spray, and not directly at us, but before you knew it, everyone.
I thought they broke like a little, like a stink bomb or something that would had
maybe
pepper
it was
spray
2
in
different instances, but I remember pepper spray because all of a sudden everyone's like, okay, my eyes are stinging.
Yeah.
My throat is itching very bad. And that
you could smell it
that
too, though,
entire
right?
bar cleared out.
Right.
And that was not even being in direct contact with it. So it's like, I could.
Yeah, but
I know what it's like to have that situation.
If somebody sprayed pepper spray and they were at this event, I don't think that they would be able to muscle through it. I think they would clear out just like that bar cleared out. I think this was something maybe a little more subtle than that. That made this happen. It's very odd, very, very strange. A lot of you got comments on this, so we'll hear from you with your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com whenever you're ready to send them. Let's see. We'll get to one now, actually. Here is Nurse Jan. Her dispatch just coming in, as can yours. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Do it on your iPhone, your Android device, even your laptop, friend. If it's got a microphone, it can record a dispatch. That's the best part about things. Here we go with Nurse Jan.
Hey, guys. So, Sean, when you were talking about Madison and, they're trying, why isn't her mom in jail? Hopefully they're making an airtight case and gathering everything that they can to get her there. But it made me think of Trenton Duckett for some reason. And the fact that, I live in Leesburg, so it was very heart-wrenching at the time seeing his, picture. And
I don't remember this. Trenton Duckett? I'm not familiar. Maybe this was before I moved here. Maybe you guys will all be familiar with it, but the name does not ring a bell.
Not ring a bell for me. I've lived here my whole life.
The Madeline Soto thing, which I think is what she's referring to, is just tragic. It's just well, I was going to say no winners, but she just did not get a fair shake at life, and it's so regrettable.
So Trenton Duckett went missing 18 years ago when he was 2 years old, and then it was just a couple weeks ago that they released like a rendering of what he would look like now.
Oh, he's still missing?
So, yeah, still missing. And I mean, I'm just reading this now, so I have to.
Somebody says, I did the autopsy on Trenton Duckett's mom. I don't know if that was true. Search for Melinda Duckett.
Yeah.
They're suggesting.
She's mentioned saying that she had cast suspicion on her husband, Josh, saying he may have taken Trenton as they continued through divorce proceedings. And then public suspicion eventually turned to Melinda, who declined to take a polygraph test, reportedly gave inconsistent stories to investigation that cast doubt on when and where Trenton disappeared. And
poor little guy.
Yeah.
All right. Awful. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I have to look more into that story.
Did you guys watch Into the Fire, Daughter Missing, or what was it?
No.
Who's
the
this
Lost
about?
Daughter. This is about, it's a 2-part documentary, which, by the way, this is where it's supposed to be. We don't need 8 parts. They did it perfect. But it was a 1989 disappearance of Abra. It's not in the description right here, but it was incredible. Like, it was such a wild story. I highly recommend it. I don't want to tell you anything else so that the three of us can discuss it.
Okay.
Absolutely worth the watch. Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter on Netflix.
And on Netflix is where okay. Yeah, I agree with you about it only being too long, that being a benefit. Sometimes these things, there's way too many. Even the Chimp Crazy one could have been condensed a little bit more, I think, though. That was a pretty interesting ride.
Yeah, I thought not a lot really went down on the last episode, except, and you reminded me, because by the last episode, I was kind of burnt out on the Chimp Crazy thing. And then at the very end, you're like, oh, yeah, she's stupid.
I don't want to say what it is because it's the only real spoiler in the series. But there's something that's revealed at the end of it where you go, are you kidding me, lady? Holy cow.
You just can't fix that sometimes. You cannot turn that off in people, I think.
No, and sometimes less is more with these docuseries. Sometimes you get it just right. If you get 2-hour-long episodes, catch me up on everything that's happening, and then we move along.
I don't get why they're not doing the Prince one, though. Even though it's 9 hours, like either cut it short or just release it anyway, and no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah.
I want to watch it for sure. There's so little I know about Prince, and Prince is such an interesting character.
Yeah.
I would love to know more. I would love to see more of where he was living, but I kind of want to know.
I want to know about him doing that episode of New Girl.
He was in an episode of New Girl?
Oh my God. It's one of the funniest scenes of television that I've ever seen in my life.
And he was in it because he was a huge fan of New Girl. Like, he loved that show, and he somehow, somebody said they figured it out and they got him to do an episode. But I think
the great thing about it is that he loved it so much is that he refused to talk to the actors by their real names.
They had to be in character.
They had to be in character the entire time. And it turns out he was kind of a dick, and they're like, we wish we didn't do it because we had this idea of Prince, And now that got ruined. However, I will say that episode, one of the funniest pieces of television history, in my opinion.
I do think that Prince, in many of these stories about him, which would be great for this docuseries, and I'm sure they went into him, seems like a dick. But it's one of the reasons why I find him interesting. He's just an alien on Earth. He's just so different than all the other people around him. And he was a tiny little guy. But I'll tell you what, having seen Prince live, having seen him perform live, he was...
You did see him?
Yeah. He was a tour de force, this guy. He was a person who by himself, and he had a whole big backing.
When did you see Prince?
He was at the first iHeart Radio Music Festival. He was a surprise performer, and we were just sitting there watching, and we got lucky, and they said, oh, here you go, Prince. And there he is on the stage, and he's wandering around. He's all of 5'2" or something, and he just owned it. And it sounded great, played amazing. But I would love to see that series. I'd go deep on that one. I'd go all 9 hours. I'd watch it. I just think that would be phenomenal. But I mean, we may never see that one.
Pretty deep.
Okay, quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear about Area 51, and we're going to hear about a woman and a python. Things did not go well. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
There's a look that he has that's that F-boy look. And
What's an F-boy?
The F stands for F.
Oh, so would Ryan be an F-boy?
No.
Oh, how about me? Am I an F-boy?
No. Yeah, the F
okay, you didn't say it so quick, Angelique. But,
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive and delays at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, traffic is slowing down approaching State Road 429, and there's delays between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Watch out for an accident. Authorities are clearing up here on Fairbanks Avenue eastbound at Dean Road. The right turn lane is blocked. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Did you know that mortgage guy Don also does commercial and small business administration loans? If you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, then you are in luck. That mortgage guy Don can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table, my friends. Let that mortgage guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 Egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cupditioners. Air Cupditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Southern style sweet tea, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's RC Hill. Prices are up everywhere, and that makes affordability a problem. And that's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. This week at RC Hills, if you hate your car, don't accept the status quo. Just say no. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. My team of finance specialists really hustle to help you find a car you love at a low rate and a monthly payment that fits your budget. That's what my perfect payment program is all about. Get a great deal on a new 2024 Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Or check out our certified used trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars. So if you hate your car because it has too many miles or too many problems, dump it and get way over trade value. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. RC Hill Mitsubishi and used car superstores in DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. And if you need to sell your car today, we pay you on the spot. Visit rchillbuyscars.com. That's rchillbuyscars.com.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Ones you definitely remember. And ones that'll make you say, oh yeah. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search One Hit Wonders, and listen now, commercial-free.
The Advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This
Go over to the newsjunkie.com, and it's very easy for you to create an account. It takes like 5 seconds, honestly. And then you can record a dispatch and be on the show with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
We'll get to some dispatches in just a moment here. I know we've talked about aliens before on this show.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember where everybody's at on aliens, though. Whether you believe
they want to clap alien butt cheeks. That was the last thing.
That was one of my favorite things. That was truly great.
Was it they can't shoot us all or they can't something us all?
I forgot, but there was these people who went to Area 51 and they thought we can't all be arrested at the same time, so we're going to Naruto run onto Area 51 and see if there's aliens there. And Naruto run is from an anime, and you like put your arms straight behind you, and you run real fast.
Do you say Naruto? I feel like it'd be more fun if you're like, Naruto!
I guess you can. For emphasis, why not? And people actually showed up. People showed up at that event and camped out, and
It was
the police
tens
had
of
to
thousands
come.
of people who had accepted the invite on Facebook. And they're like, we got to do something
I
about
thought
this.
nobody actually showed up, or it was
No,
barely
people
anybody.
did show up. Yes, I remember this. People did show up. There was footage. There was footage of people who had showed up in the scene, and the police came, and nothing really happened. But there were people who took it all the way to showing up at the venue, and I absolutely love it.
That's because nobody broke the ice. Nobody's like, let's do it. Let's, you
gotta be
3,
the
2,
first.
1. You gotta, yeah. It's like the old leaving the bus stop thing. They're like, the bus is late. Well,
Yeah.
if it's 5 minutes late, we're excused from school. But nobody would leave first.
Area 51 is so interesting. It's very clear to me that that's where they test out lots of military stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the different planes and things that they're working on, all the technology that they have.
You know what makes it even more of like this, this like not anomaly, but kind of this thing in our heads that we just hold more interesting than it is that it has its own airline. That flies only to the Las Vegas airport, but the planes are like unmarked. You go in this generic building, and that's where other people park. They fly them to Area 51. That's the only way they get there.
I think we can all agree that if there were, how many people do you think work there? Hundreds, maybe? Hundreds of people that work there?
How many aliens do you think are stored there?
If there are hundreds of people who work there, and there actually were aliens there, at least somebody would have come out now and said, hey guys, NDA be damned. I'm going to tell you what's really going on.
And then
it
what
would leak
happens?
the info.
They go missing.
Then it would be even more
scrapped.
suspicious.
They're
Now
called crazy.
in 2024, things are so different with this stuff, okay? In 2024, somebody could leave their job working there and post a video on YouTube and say, I really worked at Area 51. Here's my credentials. Here's the evidence that shows that I'm right.
You don't get to keep your credentials.
Here's what was going on there for real. And they post that video on YouTube. You can't, no takesies, backsies there. They're not going to be able to take it down before a lot of people see it. So now I think more so than ever, it would be impossible to stifle conversations of this. And we even had Trump. Trump was big on, hey, you got aliens? Let the people know what's going on with the alien thing. And they were even talking about this recently on Fox News, where one of the panelists said, can I ask a question? Because I'm never going to be allowed in a room with the president again. Are there aliens at Area 51? And Trump said, I'll tell you, it's a funny thing because I think that might be a question I get more than any other question. It's the craziest thing. So we have that so-called area. They consider it like a sacred area. And I'll say this, I don't think I'm a believer. I have interviewed pilots that I like Tom Cruise, but they look better than Tom Cruise. They were in the Oval Office, 3 or 4 pilots. These are not people that make up stories. So good-looking people do not lie, according to this logic. All the beautiful people always tell the truth. And I know, sir, there was a round object that was going 4 times faster than my F-22, which is a very fast plane. He said 4 or 5 guys I've interviewed, solid people, great pilots for the U.S. Air Force, et cetera, et cetera. They've said they've seen things that they cannot explain. And they said, if in fact there are aliens, would you be willing to put tariffs on them? And he said, yes. We're going to tax the aliens. We're going to tariff the aliens. If they make stuff, we're going to get that sweet alien money from them. And you bet your ass that's happening soon. Okay, let's go over to you. Dispatches are coming into the station. And here we go. Here's Big T talking about, I said something wrong?
God damn it, Sean.
Oh, buddy.
It's Naruto, not Naruto. Jesus, you have been literally saying this wrong ever since that alien Area 51 thing. Holy crap.
Do you think this is legitimate criticism?
Naruto.
It's Naruto. Not Naruto. Shut up. Shut up, dummy. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is an anime. I'm sure there's probably a bunch of ways to pronounce it, and I'm sure Japanese people say it one way. Americans say it another way. Regional people say it this way.
Tomato.
Yeah, all the people in Japan say it their own way. Give me some actual criticism today. So far,
that's
not
a
so
nerd criticism.
Well, was it nerdier than the Full House criticism?
I got called out, by the way, about that.
For what?
Why?
Because
what happened now?
earlier I was talking and my camera was on, and somebody looked in the background and they're like, "Is C-Lane studying Full House?" Because they could see Uncle Jesse over here talking to fake Elvis.
It's the weirdest thing. We played a clip of this couple that found a man. There was a manhunt for this guy because he had been shooting at people randomly on the interstate. And the couple was filming stuff for their YouTube channel, and they found the missing dude who the police were looking for.
And the lady kept saying, "Oh, my Lanta." She said it like 3 times.
She said it a bunch of times over and over. She was surprised. And she said, "Oh, my Lanta." And we tracked that down to being from Full House. And then I thought it was from
I think
Uncle
from their
Jesse.
ads, too, I thought. But or My Goodness, My Lanta, or something like that.
That might have been the origination point.
Yeah.
It could have been. And then I said, didn't Uncle Jesse say that one time? And somebody said, no. There was their criticism. No, how could you be so wrong about this?
That was me. I said it was DJ Tanner.
Oh, wasn't it? It was DJ Tanner that said this. And then somebody fired back, because that's how today's going, and said, no, there was one episode where X, Y, and Z happened, and Uncle Jesse said, oh, my Lanta. But afterwards, C-Lane has done more research and told me that episode
I have
didn't
searched
happen.
through 3 different transcripts of Full House episodes that ChatGPT claims Uncle Jesse says, oh, my Lanta, and they're all, there's not even a Lanta in there. They don't even talk about Atlanta.
How is ChatGPT so wrong on this very weird specific issue?
ChatGPT gets like the most mundane stuff wrong. There's still, sometimes you ask it stuff and you're like, all right, buddy, we still need to teach you some things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really impressive, really amazing, especially this latest version that they have. But there's some stuff where it's still really dumb. It still screws up things. Over to Concrete. Oh, we're going to wait on these. Let me pause these. Concrete Mike, your dispatch will be coming up after the next episode, because that is coming up in just a bit. What's coming up on the next episode?
Oh, I cannot wait to tell you, Narado. What's coming up on the next episode? Diddy might have thought he was slick with the wild amount of baby oil, but now the Las Vegas brothels have something to say about that. Elon Musk apparently had a killer pitch for his SNL opening monologue in 2021, and it went over like a flaccid flesh flute, and for good reason. Plus, Passion of the Christ 2 is resurrecting in Malibu. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a hot day across Central Florida with an afternoon high in Orlando of 91 degrees. We'll also see a good amount of sunshine until some clouds gradually begin to build in. This will likely take place around 2 or 3 p.m. And then also some scattered showers and thunderstorms will gradually develop, especially to the south and east of Orlando, with about a 40% chance of rain anticipated.
This report is sponsored by Volt Home. Imagine a future where your home is powered by the sun. With Volt Home, a Sonova dealer, that future is within reach. Whether it's solar panels or battery backup, they're here to help you reduce your energy costs. For more info, dial pound 250 on your cell and say keyword Volt Home. You'll have the option to receive a one-time automated text message from iHeartMedia.
Sunset Walk presents the Best of Challenge Taco Edition, Saturday, October 5th at the Promenade. Join me and the cast of the Jim Colbert Show as we host the Best of Challenge. 11 venues competing to be crowned the best taco of Sunset Walk. Participants include Euphoria Fish House, Game Time, Rockin' Brews, and Lizzie's Memphis-style barbecue. VIP tasting tickets on sale now at sunsetwalk.com. Spectators and parking are free. Plus, DJ Scotty B, Society Band, and more. The Best of Challenge Taco Edition, Saturday, October 5th at Sunset Walk.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair.
but hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Get ready for fall road trips with Pep Boys. Shop and save on newly reduced prices on hundreds of tires. Save up to $420 instantly on select Cooper tires. That's up to $300 in savings with buy 3 get the 4th free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy 3 get the 4th free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of one tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit petboys.com for details.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! FrankGayServices.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of a girl. I'm not sick, but I'm not well.
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
And beyond. Keep those emails coming in, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to some of these in just a bit. Before we get to the next episode, just checking things out here. Let's see what this says here.
Naruto. Naruto.
It does sound a little different.
Naruto.
I got to change everything. Naruto
More
is
like
wrong.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Is this the important stuff that we got to fix
Let's
here?
get
All right?
narded.
I'm going to write that down. I'll make a mental note of how to properly pronounce Naruto.
And then he's going to crumble that mental note into a tiny little ball. And, chuck it in the trash.
All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, my Lanta.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Get your questions answered live on the air or get them answered right now. You have direct access to the expert, the friend himself, That Mortgage Guy Don, by going to the website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com, there to answer all your questions and put money back in your pocket where it belongs.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
It was 19 years ago, 2005. This gal right here.
Oh, Missy Elliott?
No, she's not big.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim is right. Lil
She's
Kim.
fat.
I'm sorry?
pH fat.
Right.
Pretty hot and tempting.
It was on this day, Lil Kim started a 1-year prison sentence for doing what to herself?
1-year prison sentence for doing something to herself?
Yeah.
Exposing herself?
It does start with a P. Does start with a P. Potentially perjuring herself on the stand during a friend's shooting trial. Snitches get stitches, and non-snitches go to jail for 10 months for perjury. So there you have it. Happy anniversary. Someone who is finding themselves in jail and probably for the rest of their lives, of course, is Diddy. And because of the news coming out about all the details, by the way, Angel LaBoom was nice enough to print out the entire indictment.
Oh, wow.
It's going to
Okay.
be my afternoon read. But I have just, it throws me off so much.
It's Diddy. Yeah. I know him.
But it had to be explained. For those of you just hearing the sound for the first time, apparently Diddy said that a lot.
Yeah. I hear it, and I think Diddy immediately.
I think of Diddy immediately, I guess, when it comes to thousands of bottles of baby oil and lube, and now the Las Vegas brothels want you to know he diddied all it wrong. The lube stuff. I'll explain. The 14-page indictment against Diddy claimed law enforcement recovered more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, as well as other sexy supplies. Now, I sent you guys the meme. Obviously, it was fake news, but hilarious nonetheless. That was going around that they also found 784 dildos.
There must have been at least one, though.
No,
There had
that
to
wasn't
be
correct.
What? There had to have been sex toys.
There must have been some. Because this guy's entire identity and life seems to be aligned with having these crazy sex parties.
Freak-offs.
Yeah, but the dildo thing was from a fake account.
No, it was.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying,
But they
even
had to
though
have found something.
even though that's fake, there must have been at least one. If there's 1,000 things of lube, there's got to be one.
Well, I just want everyone to know, and I'm just reading the PSA from you'll never guess what brothel in Las Vegas.
The Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
Chicken Ranch brothel has now told everybody, do not, and I repeat, do not use baby oil as lube.
Oh, no.
Okay? It can affect a woman's pH down there, and gynos say it can cause problems like bacterial vaginosis.
Oh.
Yeah, very ill. Sagebrush Ranch also adds some information. Baby oil can lead to unwanted pregnancies and STDs.
Look at Sagebrush entering the chat.
This is new for me. So we have Bunny Ranch, Chicken Ranch.
Yep.
What was...
Sagebrush.
Sagebrush I've never heard of.
This is their first foray into this world.
It smells good over there. Oh, we have Love Ranch as well. They said that baby oil might be used during sexy time, but definitely not for the main event, citing many of the same reasons. Mustang Ranch and Baby Hacienda Ranch also say that a couple boxes of lube on hand, but they don't have 1,000 bottles.
I'm sorry. Did a reporter literally call every brothel outside of Vegas to get quotes on this?
The ranch people send out the big email to everybody. Like,
yeah,
hey,
but have you ever encountered any of these other ranches until today?
But what other opportunity have they had until now? Now we're seeing Sage Ranch and Honey Mustard Ranch and all the ranches getting their...
The Chicken Ranch is also home to the Leghorn Bar.
Oh, wow.
Right. Where's...
Is there a Foghorn Bar, too?
Where was it that, what's his face? He OD'd and then Zach Baggins bought the bed?
Not LeBron. Lamar Odom.
Where was that? Chicken Ranch or...
I thought that was the Bunny Ranch because Dennis Hoff was all like, yeah... I'm worried about my friend Lamar Odom.
Remember when I wasn't here and you used my audio clip?
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, you don't?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes. Why do you still have that, weirdo?
You are so bizarre. Keeping an audio clip is weird. I keep all of these things. Why do I have this?
I don't like mosquitoes. I don't
It's not like I'm hoarding over here. They're audio clips on a soundboard.
But you quickly found yes, but every time we mention Japan, you're like, where is it now?
They're on the very same time.
Japan.
I'm moving on.
You want me to play I'm Moving On?
But he has yes readily available.
I'm moving on.
There it is right there.
Someone who is possibly moving on to jail is Morgan Wallen.
That's nonsense.
He's preparing to face jail time over throwing a chair. Can't do that. I thought that all got taken care of and forgiven, but it
seems like Morgan Wallen gets forgiven for everything.
Yeah. Not this time, chair thrower. Those attempts have fallen to a deaf ear, at least the negotiations for a plea deal. He faces 3 counts of felony reckless endangerment. He could also spend up to 6 years in prison if convicted.
Ooh.
But it sounds like a shorter sentence is far more likely. He's being told the best scenario is 30 to 60-day sentence. I don't think the prosecutors, this is a source that talked to Life and Style, wanting him to skate away with no time because people will think it's because he's a celebrity.
No, I don't think anybody should for that. I think that's actually a serious crime to throw chairs and tables. Yeah, every time you do that, you risk that somebody might emerge below you and get hit with a chair from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories, whatever the amount.
And no one would believe them.
Didn't rock stars used to throw TVs out windows?
Yeah, it's terrible though. This is a bad thing.
And they'll see their day in court. Also a bad thing, but I'm glad that they said no to this guy right here.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is right. And I got to say, businessman he is. Smart. Absolutely. Not funny at all. And it continues to be evident with everything he tweets out, everything he says at a conference that happens to be called TED, in which he references the bear TED. And now the latest.
Like that bear.
Come on, guys. See what I did there? I'm Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he hosted Saturday Night Live back in 2021. Everyone was I remember when we were talking about it, like, is it going to be funny? Turned out the jokes that he did do were funny. Thanks to
I'm
the
the
writers.
first autistic person to host, or at least admittedly.
Wait. Also, it's important to know that, and Elon Musk, whatever, he's a troll online, but he's done some pretty impressive stuff. If you're funny on SNL, I don't think that means you're automatically just funny as a person.
No.
You're getting set up by all the writers, and you can make I believe you can make an unfunny person funny on SNL. I think you pull that off.
I agree. And I also think that there is something to do, effort on their part, as long as you deliver it properly. And then you have some comedians who are like, I got this taken care of. Elon Musk is not that. According to a source, earlier this month, he recounted his experience hosting SNL. And according to Elon, he had a really great idea, you guys. His direct quote, so one of the things I think everyone's been sort of wondering the whole time, is Saturday Night Live actually live? To give him the benefit of the doubt, it sounds like a very classic monologue pitch for hosts who are a little shy, maybe first time, maybe the first autistic person to be on SNL. He thought that his idea was going to go over so smoothly. There's a way to test this. He suggested that he whip out his penis for his opening monologue. And penis was not the word that he used. He used the C word, actually. And that the C word for penis. Most people know that taking one's penis out
I didn't
without...
think he had the other thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just wanted to be clear. Those of you just tuning in, C word.
That would have been hilarious, though.
Now we're talking. Could you imagine mangina all up on the SNL
If
stage?
Elon Musk just pulls down his pants and there it is, and you go, wow.
He said he wants to, like his pitch would have been, is SNL actually live? There's only one way to find out. And then he would take his penis out. And if you see his penis, you know it's true. And if you don't, it's been a lie. And the writer said, no, Elon.
Mm-hmm.
And so we live to see another day without Elon's penis.
I feel for the SNL writers because every time a celebrity comes on, they probably pitch all these really dumb ideas.
Except Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's story was the opposite. She went to host SNL and she said, hey, I wrote a song for my monologue. Can I play it for you? And she played it in front of like Seth Meyers and Lorne Michaels. And Seth Meyers was like, that is so much better than what we had written for you. It was. He said it was insane good. And that's what she did.
Now we'll see if the news junkie is live because C word exposed. How are reviews right now? Anything spiking up?
No, it's going down. It's going.
I'm yelling timber on the boob tube. We got Thursday Night Football on Amazon.
Yeah.
Who's playing? Yeah, guy.
I don't want to upset any fans here.
Uh-huh.
It's the Bengals and the Chiefs. Bengals and the Chiefs
it's
tonight.
The Jets and the Patriots. Series premiere of The Penguin on Max. We also have the first season finale of Lucky 13. Episode 6 of The Lord of the Rings of Power on Amazon. And you can catch Anderson Cooper and Sting on Colbert. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we return, we must talk about that lady and the python that I teased earlier. This is an insane story, and you got to hear the details. Those are on the way. We got to talk about something happening with Kamala Harris's campaign that's just popping up that's very interesting. A lot more to get to, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Are you registered to vote in the November 5th general election? Not to be a nag, but go to realradio.fm/vote 2024 for resources and make your voice heard.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are blocked due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Canoe Creek Service Plaza and Three Lakes Toll Plaza. Emergency construction is blocking 2 right lanes on State Road 408 westbound between Anderson Street and I-4. Move over and slow down in that area. And the left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on the Beach Line westbound near Narcoossee Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range. And if you're one of them, you should explore the savings for a refinance to lower your payments or get cash out. And do that by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts, now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power or solar source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight, or is business at an all-time high? Well, maybe it's time for you to sell, retire, and just relax with a bunch of money in the bank. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for 40 years. And with offices located throughout the world, we have thousands of buyers immigrating to the United States ready to buy your business. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That's a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. That's the winning formula. It has never been a better time to sell your business than right now. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Ready to upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows and doors? This September, don't miss out on Renewal by Anderson's exclusive sale. For a limited time, buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Their custom-made windows and doors are designed to keep your home comfortable year-round and reduce your energy bills. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation. Don't just take my word for it, though. Here's what Lisa had to say when she left a review August 12th on Google. We were very pleased with the service we received from Renewal by Anderson. From start to finish, they communicated with us the status of our order. When it came to the install, Thomas and his crew were extremely courteous and professional. They worked hard and answered any questions we had. I highly recommend Renewal by Anderson. You won't be disappointed. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Score used cars from $89.88. It's a win at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This
Subscriber, thank you for
Chris
jumping on
loves
board.
the kids. Chris loves the kids.
You can join Chris by going over to thenewsjunkie.com and see how you can unlock secret shows for more access on the website. Very soon, a brand new design drop coming to the show. A brand new design drop. Not telling you when. but it is on the way very, very soon. First, though, this for you snake lovers out there. I've never understood why people want these snakes that get so massive. They get so big. I knew a guy one time that had a room just for a snake that he had.
I knew someone like that as well. It was a couple.
I think it was a
big
python.
Ass house too.
Yeah. They're so into snakes. It's kind of part of their personality at that point. And this woman, she was 64 years old, or is 64 years old. Her name is Aram, and she was doing dishes at her house in the outskirts of the capital of Thailand, and she felt some bites on her leg.
Ow.
She said, "What the hell is that?" She looks over, and she said, "A snake shot forward and bit me." And so she didn't expect this to happen. She slinks down to the ground, and the python then wraps itself around her until she falls to the ground. She's trying to free herself, but she's 64 years old. This snake is much stronger than she is. She cried out for help. Nobody answered initially. And eventually one of her neighbors hears something. She goes, is that the lady next door screaming? I think that's the lady next door screaming. They go over there, and this is what they encounter. How embarrassing for her. I'm glad I have a censored version, because I almost brought up and played the uncensored version of the same clip.
Are you 1,000% sure? Because
yes,
often when you say this, the first moment is the uncensored.
No, this poor lady, the python went around the middle of her body, and it pulled her top down.
Nice.
So as all the police and all the people who came to help her, the ambulance and stuff, she's sitting there, she's helpless, and her top is down, but that's blurred out here. Look at this snake around this poor woman. It's absolutely enormous.
Oh, my God. She's lucky she's alive.
Yeah, it was squishing her.
That size python can take down a horse.
Yeah, definitely. This thing is, I'm trying to say how big around it is. It's maybe as big around as a pizza, the circumference of this python. Absolutely
like my leg.
Massive. Yeah, like a human leg thickness, and it's fully wrapped around her.
And that's all muscle. Good
and yeah,
God.
you can't get that off.
What
Honestly,
are you supposed to do in those situations? I mean,
I don't
know. I feel like it was going to be one of those life lessons that you've heard, like quicksand. You're not supposed to move very fast, or you'll sink quickly.
Right.
When it comes to other, just like tails. I cannot remember what you're supposed to do in the python sense. When you're attacked by a bear, play dead. You know what I'm saying?
A similar situation to this would be if a dog attacks you or your dog.
Oh, your
The way
fingers
to handle
going
this,
in,
yeah, you take your two fingers and you
or
put them where
Sean
the
puts
sun
his
don't.
bar of soap.
You put them where the sun don't shine on this dog, and the dogs will react and let go. I've seen it on video. I've seen people do this to positive effect. I've seen it be successful. So that seems like a thing that works. But with a python, you could go at its head. You could try to poke at it and stuff, try to cut through it. But the python is just raw strength. It's all strength. And
but if they were to die, like if you cut the head off, does that immediately loosen its grip, or
I think so.
Post-mortem, is it still
I'm guessing here,
stiff as could be?
I would guess that it would let go because it's actively squeezing you. And if it was dead, I don't know that it would be able to do that unless it stays in some sort of locked position. But the snake that's
like
around
one of those
you,
death boners.
the snake that's fully around you and this big around and squishing you, I think trying to just pull it off of you is going to be a wasted attempt. I don't know that most people would be able to do it. And if you have an experience with snakes like this, let us know. I'm talking about a snake that's probably 12 feet long, if not longer than that. Like I said, the circumference of a large pizza. And that animal wrapping around your body, you can't pry it off of you. It's going to win. It's stronger than you are.
That's so scary.
Yeah, this lady is okay somehow, some way. But it took rescuers 30 minutes to free her. And then she was sent to the hospital for treatment. Then the snake escaped afterward.
Ooh.
And
How
the police
did it
said,
escape?
The cops said we couldn't catch it. We tried to catch this thing, and we couldn't. It slithered out of there. A 12-foot snake escapes and is making its way somewhere else.
If you're, an animal and you're choking someone or trying to, kind of wrap around their body and crush and somebody interferes, You'd probably want to slither away as fast as you can. They're going to hurt you.
Yeah, this thing was probably just super hungry. I think that it probably made this move out of desperation, and this poor lady was
find some rats, buddy.
Yeah, get out of there. This old lady would have been the
A rat
target.
is like a grape to that size of a python.
Oh, yeah, these big ones are the ones that they kill in the Everglades. And
Didn't
those
they just have a winner for that?
Yeah, I think so. They have a hunting thing that they do each year where they allow people to go out and hunt these animals because they're so big, they kill larger game, deer, etc. Those kind of things. I probably should have said one more thing before I said etc. But, you get the point,
Oh,
right?
my.
They kill all these larger game animals that usually don't have predators.
Lions, oh my.
Right?
It didn't have the right pacing. There needed to be more in that. Deer, raccoons, etc. would have been better.
Sounds like you were writing a letter to etc.
Dear etc. Let's go over to
Why are you so vague?
We want to hear from you, so send us a dispatch with whatever's on your mind, like Michigan Chuck, who has a dispatch for us. Here it is. Hello?
Wow.
Mr. Chuck?
This is my fault.
Insightful.
No, this is my fault. It might be insightful.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Can we all agree that Republicans and Democrats and independents alike, if you don't like Donald Trump and you don't like the whole MAGA thing, can we not use them as role models? Stop doing violent stuff to these people. Let them spew their crap, if that's what you think it is, and move on. We don't need to use them as role models of being violent and vulgar and mean. And seriously, come on.
Well, Michigan Chuck, what you've done here is you've, whether knowingly or not, you've uncovered what the big problem is. And the big problem, and this is a problem that is kind of specific in a way to the United States of America, is we've only recently discovered that there's a good chunk of the population, probably 10 to 15%, maybe highest rank 20% of the left, and 10, 15, 20% of the right. And those people will never agree with each other. And both of them want to silence the others. Both of them want to jail the others. Both of them want to punish the others. Both of them will justify bad things happening to the others because other people bad. And it didn't always used to be that way. It didn't. People used to not act that way. And I don't know if it's part of this lack of shame that you see so much in America, where people are just willing to act like monstrous human beings in public or in the public square online. I don't know what it is. I'm not here to be the expert who tells you how to fix that problem. It's just very clearly something that we have. I am wired differently. I don't care if somebody disagrees with me. I'll tell you what I think. You can say what you think. I'll debate with you and argue it out. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad that you don't have the same thoughts that I have. People process things differently. And I, for one, think that's okay. But some people, not necessarily. Over in the Harris Walls campaign, some problems brewing. There's a story in Axios today. Let me see if I can bring this up because there's an interesting graphic attached to this inside the Harris Walls strategy. So there's something that's going on with this campaign, and I want to see how people feel about this. They're calling it their attempt to hide from the press. And they compare it over at Axios, which is not some weirdo right-wing publication or something. This is a very down-the-middle, if not leaning left, publication. And they say, this is the list of TV and print interviews. Let me make this a little bigger for those of you watching. I'll describe it for everybody else. TV and print interviews by the presidential ticket. Trump has done 14 print and television interviews since July 21st, 2024. And Vance has done 59 interviews with TV outlets and newspapers. Kamala Harris has only done 3. I was only aware of 2, but I guess one was print. That's what I'm guessing. I guess there was 2 that were TV and 1 that was print. There were local TV interviews. Or no, 1 local and 1 national. And then Walls has only done 4. He's only done 4. J.D. Vance did 59 interviews with the press, and Walls has only done 4. And they're doing this on purpose.
They didn't count her interviews with children as interviews?
No, I don't think so. No,
they were
these are
adorable.
Well, they're also, it doesn't seem like they're counting Trump's appearances on like different podcasts and YouTube channels and stuff, because 14 seems like a low number for Trump. Like I would have thought it would have been more.
this says counts include more formal press conference style Q&As, but do not include gaggles or interviews with more ideological commentators. Joint interviews are reflected in the presidential nominees tally only. So because Harris had the interview with Walz along with her. And they're purposely doing this. This is their strategy. They don't want to risk gaffes from Harris or Walz, even though the American people are saying, I want to know more about these two. I want to know more about Kamala Harris. I want to know more about Tim Walz.
Are these undecided Americans, do you think?
The people that I saw in the poll was just general registered voters said that they wanted to know more about the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz ticket, and they wanted to see more interviews. And they're not doing this. They're not doing this because they don't want to risk any gaffes. They're kind of trying to just cruise to the election here. And they're scared of what will happen if they sit down more. Vance 59 interviews to Walz's 4. What's his excuse? I don't know if that's going to pay off in the end. I think you do want people to get a sense of who you are. The strategy is, though, that they're going to get a sense of who Vance and Trump are, and they're not going to like them. And Harris and Walz will still be a question mark that they'll maybe vote for anyways. What do you think about this?
Vance did such a number during that whole donut shop appearance.
Oh, so what'd you start working here?
Cool. Great, cool.
Oh, that didn't go well for him.
How many donuts do we need to get?
That wasn't necessarily his fault. He went in there and it was a bad setup. The donut employee did not want to be part of any political thing, and he just tried to have a conversation with somebody who wasn't interested in being a prop for your political moment here. And I do not blame the woman who did that. I do not blame her at all.
Just trying to get my paycheck and go home, please.
Yeah, I'm working at the donut shop.
Man, could you imagine if she gave the soundbite and then everybody was just basically bullying her, replaying her donut soundbite?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? That's true, though. You're saying from her perspective, there's no right play for you. If you're the employee and the presidential candidate or vice presidential candidate comes into your place of work and starts to talk to you, if you're a jerk to them, half of the people that watch are going to want to dox you, come after you, try to get you. Half the people are going to support you. It's a no-win situation.
Imagine the people that watch something like that and go, man, I wish that was me. Here's the thing that I would say. And then you, in a world where that was true and it was you, and here's the thing you say, just regret. I mean, just like the dox thing is definitely an issue. And then just the amount of online and probably broadcast bullying that would come that person's way would
Definitely.
be like, yeah. Maybe we would rethink that.
I think it's unavoidable. I think it would just happen. Erica says, listen, I'm passionate in what I believe in and speak passionately about it, but I have friends and family whose beliefs do not align with mine, and I still love them and spend time with them. It's a totally normal thing. That is absolutely the way things should be. But some folks aren't aligned with that anymore. It's like you must agree with me or violence. You're doing violence or violence is going to hit you. Who is it? Eric F says on YouTube, Vance and Trump just keep digging holes. The thing is, when J.D. Vance stays focused, I've seen him actually be pretty convincing. There was it was a thread actually that he did where he responded to a critic of his. And if he did more of this and exposed more of this to the American public, he would be
a typed
much more
response,
popular.
you mean?
Yeah. He responded to this woman who was being critical of him about his child care policies. And he laid out in a thread what is wrong with child care in the United States of America and some prescriptions to fix it. And it was really well argued. It was a lot of very good points about how child care in the United States of America is broken, ways to fix it through tax credits, and ways to have more competition through businesses that provide these services. And it was good. But that doesn't get as much attention as they're eating the cats in Springfield.
Eating the cat. Eating the cat.
That one is always going to get more attention.
Real quick, by the way.
And geese, too, apparently.
We were talking yesterday about that movie Blink Twice that you saw with Haley Joel Osment in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I know I saw him in something recently, but it wasn't Blink Twice. We didn't watch that. And I asked Ashley last night, I was like, what did we just watch with Haley Joel Osment? And he's got like a...
What was that?
He's blinking.
He's
blink twice.
I thought that was like...
Well, I did this already.
I thought that was like my wrap it up meter.
I thought there was an email coming in or something.
Lane, let's go. Get to the point, please.
The thing we watched was...
Fire back at her with the Diddy audio.
Apparently he has a J.D. Vance impression that he did on like a show or something that everybody was loving. That was like, here's the impression we didn't ask for, but we all knew we needed, or something like that.
Really? Okay, I didn't hear that. I do like him, though. He's interesting. He's an interesting character. That the young man who just never grew up. His face still looks like he's in.
But he's
the,
like a
Sixth Sense.
A Snapchat filter. Or remember when like Max first came out, the photo booth, and there was a filter that you could use where your face stays the same, but the rest of your head stretches out, and that's Haley Joel Osment in real life.
Yeah, it was good in Blink Twice. Honestly, you guys should see that movie. It was really
Stuttering Stanley.
The twist in that movie is one of the better twists that I've heard of in a while.
What was the movie called again?
Blink Twice. It sounds like a nondescript cartoon sound.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's blinking
like if you were sneaking up on somebody.
I think I have that somewhere too.
It does seem like the noise that would be playing in the background. Well, that's not sneaking. That's zooming. That could be it.
I guess I don't have it anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, how creepy that you kept those clips around after all these years.
It's just you never use it, but you found it so quickly. That's the weird part.
I just have infinite space on soundbar tabs, so I don't necessarily delete too many of them. The only ones I've deleted has been on accident. And these ones I just kept around. So it'll forever be here that you say yes or sometimes maybe no.
No.
Every once in a while. I've even got this. You want to talk about things that have stayed around?
Blame it on C-Lane, he is lame. Blame it on the bars that got him drunk. Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you. Blame it on C-Lane, yeah.
Didn't this guy win some contest?
Who?
Yeah, he was in Fiverr, the dude.
Yeah, but I thought you got a guy that won like
India's Got Talent or something.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Honestly, though, I would like to hear this man's voice again.
I like
I
that.
think
Got
we should,
him drunk.
Yeah.
The pronunciation on some of those words, just so good. I really, truly love it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from you. I got dispatches lined up. We've got an update that I did not expect. We talked about the movie A Different Man yesterday on the show. And this is this really interesting movie about, the plot is about a man who has a very disfigured face. And he undergoes surgery, and they fix him and they make him look, quote unquote, normal. He no longer has a disfigured face. And the movie features the guy who actually is disfigured. His face really is disfigured.
It's very Hey You Guys.
And the moral of the movie is an interesting one that I want to talk about a little bit too. But in the press that they've been doing, there was a pretty interesting back and forth where the actor went at a reporter for something that they said, a question that they asked about this movie. We'll get you all caught up with this. If you don't know anything about A Different Man, put it on your radar. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll talk about former Russian detainee Paul Whelan, Toy Hall of Fame inductees, Danny Meyering in for Date Night Done Right, our buddy Glenn Klausman drops by for Colbert Court, New Hope for Kids CEO Brian Clark joins us, and for trivia, a pair of tickets to see Jim Gaffigan, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
All lanes are blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Canoe Creek Service Plaza and Three Lakes Toll Plaza. 2 right lanes are blocked due to emergency construction on State Road 408 westbound between Anderson Street and I-4. Move over and slow down in that area. And authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail near Tap Vineland Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. From iced lattes to smoothies to a late-night milkshake. Get any handcrafted 16 or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m. Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers.
But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's RC Hill. Prices are up everywhere, and that makes affordability a problem. And that's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. This week at RC Hills, if you hate your car, don't accept the status quo. Just say no. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. My team of finance specialists really hustle to help you find a car you love at a low rate and a monthly payment that fits your budget. That's what my Perfect Payment program is all about. Get a great deal on a new 2024 Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Or check out our certified used trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars. So if you hate your car because it has too many miles or too many problems, dump it and get way over trade value. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. RC Hill Mitsubishi and used car superstores in DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. And if you need to sell your car today, we pay you on the spot. Visit rchillbuyscars.com. That's rchillbuyscars.com.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an Egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 Egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-Ditioners. Air Cup-Ditioners come in all my favorites, like Classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day.
Air drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
This weekend at International Diamond Center, you can buy like a dealer buys with extreme values on all GIA certified diamonds. It's IDC's annual diamond sale with extra savings on an entire collection of hand-picked, natural, rare diamonds, all shapes and all sizes. Rounds, ovals, princess cuts, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, perfectly cut diamonds, certified by the most prestigious gem lab in the world. Get the best price of the year and take advantage of 36 months zero interest financing on any purchase. And for this event, you can match that diamond with the perfect ring from Tacori or Veragio. Both world-class designers are flying in their entire collections for this, both bridal and fashion lines. So come join us as we open the IDC Vault and showcase the largest selection of diamonds you've ever seen in one place at prices you never thought possible. Create the ring of your dreams and get 3 years zero interest financing. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7635. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7635 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Wake up with football every morning and listen to my new podcast, NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal. 5 days a week, you get all the latest news, the best analysis delivered by the time you get your coffee. This show hits on every single game, every single week, but I can't do it alone, so I'm bringing in all the big guns from NFL media. Subscribe today, and you'll immediately be smarter and funnier than your friends. Listen to NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search NFL Daily to start listening.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
We're here for you each day, the three best friends you never knew you had, as the show goes. And if you want to learn more, you can dip your toe or your whole foot or your whole body in the pool at thenewsjunkie.com. This new movie, A Different Man, is really, really interesting to me. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday because I watched the trailer of the movie, and I'll try to surmise the plot here or summarize it for you in just a moment, but it's more difficult than you would think to do. But this is called A Different Man, and the thing that stunned me first was there's a guy who's incredibly disfigured, and I thought it was apparatuses and different things on the person's face. I thought it was special effects. It's not. It's a real dude. It's based on a real dude, and that's why this makes this even more complicated. So basically, this is what this movie A Different Man is about. You've got this person who has facial tumors everywhere, whole face covered in these facial tumors. And they undergo a procedure that gets rid of all of these facial tumors, and now they look normal. They look like everybody else, and they're an attractive person. And when they're acting out in a stage play with somebody who plays the previous version of them with all of those different tumors on their face, they start to get jealous of the person who they're looking at. So they got rid of the tumors and they moved on, but the person playing in the stage play this role where they have these facial tumors, that person becomes more popular, more women want them, everything is going for this person. He goes, well, why did I have that surgery to begin with? It didn't improve my life. The person who has these facial tumors is doing way better than I am. What's going on here? And what is beauty is kind of one of the main questions at the center of all of this.
Time.
But here's why I say this is all nonsense, okay? I cut all this down to a very basic thing. Absolutely everything is made better in your life by you being more attractive. Being attractive is absolutely a better option for your life.
I can't even remember how many times we've had this chat.
Yeah,
How many times I've heard Sean say that?
You cannot look at things and go, oh, you don't understand. Now that I'm beautiful, it's just so difficult. Your life is not made worse in any ways by the fact that you're an attractive human being. Now,
I mean, there are some instances.
Okay.
I believe that things
Give me
were
one.
made worse. Sexual harassment.
all right, maybe you're going to be somebody who's more of a target for people because you're better looking. I'm not talking about you being attacked by other people. I'm talking about your life and your experience in it, just inside your body and the way people treat you mostly. I think it's better. It's just better to be attractive. It's kind of hard to argue otherwise. And the movie's premise is interesting for this exact reason, because the guy's jealous and he thinks it's about the looks, when in all reality, the person is showing that you can be desirable, you can be sexy, you can be cool, you can be all of those things, and your personality is a bigger driving force of it. That's the point. That's the overall journey this movie is trying to take you on. And that's only true to a certain extent. This guy has to work 10 times as hard to make friends, to find lovers, to get jobs, to everything. People discriminate against ugly people every day. It's probably the most discrimination that goes on, is ugly people, and public discrimination where nobody cares about it. Another group is short people. Short people are constantly discriminated against. Nobody cares. It's a punchline. Everybody laughs. They think it's hilarious. Look at this short dude, short king. And then they dump all over them. And this kind of tries to get at the root of all of that. And the idea that there's a guy who really does know this experience better than anybody else, because the actual person who this is based on, who truly has these facial tumors, the actual person has a twin brother. And the twin brother doesn't have the same tumors all over their face. They have the same diagnosis, but they don't look like this guy does.
Did you mention like he had hit his head or something like that?
He hit his head when I think he was 4 or 5 years old. He hit his head and a growth came out from that. And then he just kept getting these growths until they covered the entirety of his face and he was deformed from that. And now on this press tour,
there's something that we could fix these days. I
guess
feel
not.
like there's the technology.
It's there, but it's also like financially, can you do it? I mean, do you have it's not just like one and done. From what I understand, in those like instances, it's like third world countries, people very low income and on the poverty line, and it's like it starts off with one thing. And if it wasn't so expensive or such a bitch to go get it checked out, but then it's like, no, it'll go away. Or then all of a sudden it becomes completely covered.
I think one of the issues is if you get rid of it, you do undergo that surgery, I believe it just comes back. I don't think you're eradicating the issue. So you fix it for a little while. Yeah, and it just keeps replicating and replicating.
I feel like I've seen a Pimple Popper episode where she fixes a guy that looks like this.
That looks like the guy from this movie? I don't know. This is a press conference for this movie. And again, it's called A Different Man, about this guy with facial disfigurement. And one of the reporters got called out by the actor Sebastian Stan.
Call you out a little bit on the choice of words there.
All right, the choice of words. Here's what he's going after.
Sweet soul patch.
The question is, from the reporter, what do you think happens after the transformation from this so-called beast, as they call him, to this perfect man? And the actor took issue with him saying beast when he was referring to the guy who actually exists.
The choice of words there, because I think part of why the film is important is because we often don't have maybe even the right vocabulary.
Oh, that's what he said. It just cuts off there. Page 6 only has like 5 seconds of this interview. I wanted to hear more of the back and forth, but that's what we've got for now. All right, Sebastian Stan is in it. A Different Man is what it's called. We'll see. If that's what I think every time I see the headline that says Sebastian.
I can't read that name ever again without hearing that.
The promo on this station has ruined us for the word Sebastian. It's unbelievable. All right, let's go to a couple of people who would like to join us on the show. And your dispatches are welcome. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send yours now. Here is Fez with a dispatch for us.
The space behind your knee is called the popliteal space. It's
what?
Popliteal. Yeah.
You were cutting up really bad there. I'm sorry.
Try to find it.
Popliteal, I think is what he said. Popliceal.
Popliteal fossa?
Yeah. Knee pit is what I've heard. That sounds more like it to me. Just like your armpit, it's the knee version of that. We're going to get to more of these because now all of a sudden a bunch are coming in and crashing down on us. We'll get to those and sort that out. We'll get to what's been happening with the Biden campaign secretly behind the scenes in jury duty and a whole lot more as we roll along on a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
It'll be an AFC East clash between the Jets and the Patriots to kick off Week 3 of the NFL season tonight in New Jersey. The Gators, they'll face Mississippi State on Saturday without wideout Eugene Wilson III. He'll miss a second straight game with an injury. And over to baseball, where a series wins up for grabs tonight when the Rays and Red Sox close out their set at the Trop. Zach Littell takes the ball there for Tampa Bay. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster that is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7635. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value, free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7635 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. The costs were overwhelming, and it was a tough time for our family. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. But with my busy schedule, I needed something simple and quick. Then I found the Smart Money Insurance app. In just minutes, I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. No lengthy paperwork, no hassle. Just peace of mind right at my fingertips. I'm relieved knowing my loved ones won't have to worry about the financial burden. If you're looking for an easy way to protect your family's future, I highly recommend the Smart Bunny Insurance app. It's fast, convenient, and the best part is you can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
Cleared up. Now, nobody's talking about how the lead singer was just not as good as Chester Bennington. Maybe they're giving her a shot at it now. Who knows?
I know I talked about it, but I didn't watch it. Mike Shinoda was on one of the late night shows this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
Mike
with the
Shinoda
band
was.
as well.
So she performed with them on this broadcast?
I would assume so. I mean, I remember seeing it on the boob tube. It was like him as the guest as well as Linkin Park as the musical guest. And so I was in Italy when that was all announced because I think right before I left was like big announcement, an event, but no one knows anything. You have to sign NDAs. And
there was a countdown timer and everything.
And then they introduced her. And then as I was there, I'm looking at Instagram, and all of a sudden there is a statement from her. And I click her profile. I'm like, oh, I've been following her. Turns out she is the lead singer of one of my favorite bands of all time, Dead Sarah.
Yeah, Dead Sarah
I'm
was
stoked. Like, I didn't realize the two were together. I mean, Dead Sarah is a great listen. If anything, you could attest to her musical abilities.
I think I've heard of Dead Sarah before they made that announcement. I don't know where, but I had heard of that group before. I sent them as
a rejoin option for you at one point. But.
And there might be one, because when I picture Dead Sarah, I picture one of these rejoins saying that. I don't know if I still have one around here somewhere.
They're awesome.
But yeah, she was getting a lot of crap for that, and now it's calmed down a little bit. So maybe people will give her a chance here. Jury duty coming up in just a moment. Whilst you were in Italy, did you keep up with anything, or do you go fully disconnected from everything happening in the world, Sabrina?
I was pretty disconnected, bobbity boop. But
is it just because you were busy and traveling, or because you purposely were trying to cleanse yourself of all the technological distractions?
I would say a little bit of both, as well as the fact that I was such a different time zone.
Yeah,
I was 6.5 hours ahead of you all, or behind. I forget now. But either way, it was the busyness of it. If anything, I would look on Instagram and see what popped up, but I was trying to just take it all in and eat as much pasta as possible.
How was that flight over there?
The flight was great. It was a long day. I would suggest for sure give yourself a day just to recoup. Because I thought I arrived Saturday early in the morning, and I assumed that I was going to just get my sleep on in the travel throughout the night. And it turns out Saturday was just me sleeping. I tried my best. I couldn't check in.
That sucks because
I arrived there at 11, I think, into Rome, and I couldn't check in until 2. And I'm like, all right, I'll just go explore. And I made it all of an hour. and ate half a pizza by myself. And I'm like, I'll just go into the lobby of the hotel until they let me in.
Even when you got all the way over in Rome, you still weren't with your friends? You weren't with the group that you were supposed to be with?
I had a whole day by myself, essentially, because they were doing like the bachelorette party over in Positano.
Okay.
I tried what I could, and then I just said, okay, I'll just watch a movie in the lobby. And there I was for the first time since I believe I was a child, falling asleep, like sitting up.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
They probably thought I was on drugs. I'm like, no, I'm just a tired American girl. And I ended up just sleeping. But Sunday, I made I took full advantage of it. And Rome is awesome, man. Like, it was baffling to see all of these
old things
where like it made me feel like I was at a theme park. Like it was just it was unreal to think that all of this was built hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but it looks so beautiful still.
Longer than that. It's stuff that's been around for, we don't even have equivalents really in America. We don't have too many things that you go, well, this has been here for 1,000 years, or this has been here since like the time of Jesus Christ or something.
AD,
you go,
BC,
wow,
all that.
That's a lot of time. Holy cow.
And now I've also experienced driving. So I am 2 for 2 as far as driving in foreign countries. Now, granted, this was on the same sides as America drives, both in the car and on the streets. But still crazy, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Are you counting the Bahamas as one of those foreign countries?
No, Ireland. Ireland was wild to drive in. This was also wild because they don't have the lines in between. They don't have much
in
of
Italy?
a street light thing. It's kind of like you drive fast and you go for it and hope you survive, and also watch for pedestrians.
Seems a little dangerous.
But
any favorite Italy trip stories you'd like to tell us?
Oh, many. There's the wedding was very beautiful. We were in Todi, which was 2 hours away from Rome. Couldn't tell you what direction, in the hilltop or whatever. I have to say, one of the safest places I felt as a smoker in many years. You smoke everywhere in Italy. Did you know that?
Really?
Oh, everyone's cool with smoking. Even the non-smokers are like, we know that you are accepted here, so we're going to shut our mouths.
What about on the cigarette boxes? Do they have like the rest of Europe does, where it's death lungs?
I did not buy cigarettes there, actually.
Oh, you brought enough with you?
Yeah,
I was going to ask
just
if
in
it was
case.
expensive.
I mean, it's getting there in America anyway, so I couldn't tell you. It was the Italy, besides the flight, which was insane as far as price goes. Everything is pretty inexpensive over there.
Huh.
I mean,
all their food is carb-based, so carbs are pretty cheap.
It's so good, too, man.
This is Sealand's favorite statement. Carbs are pretty cheap.
Carbs are cheap.
I ate my weight in pasta and pizza and wine and all that jazz.
One thing I think you learn is that American Italian food is very different than Italian food.
No, it turns out, like, I didn't feel like I was going to throw up like I do when I eat a bunch of pasta here in America.
All right. So you had a good time over there.
It was a wonderful time, and that sums it up. Everything else, I'm trying to think. I mean, it's been so long. That damn COVID threw me off. But it was a lovely time. Thank you so much.
What are you thinking, me?
I'm trying to think of, like, what other stories there are that are appropriate for radio. But I can't.
Inappropriate stories?
Very inappropriate.
If it comes to mind, work one of them in. Let us know how things were. I think that sounds very frightening in terms of driving without lines on the road. I don't know why the Italians would think this would be a good idea. That seems like, hey, let's screw with everybody here and just remove the guidelines for the streets. Okay, here we go. Let's move into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, and he is the best. If you are injured on the go, you just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you have a very important decision to make, and what I'm telling you to do is pick up the phone and call the guy you know from listening to this show. You know Mo. So give him a call, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. This is an unfortunate story, and I want to see what people think about this. A 24-year-old pet daycare worker was arrested for allegedly spitting on a police officer back in May. Is now in trouble once again, not for the Haktua, but for something very different. After 2 dogs collapsed in Florida's heat.
Oh, come on.
These are dogs that she said she forgot about when they were left in a fenced-in area outside for a reported potty break. So Haley O'Connor is her name. She's of Clearwater. And they said that what she did was open the door and let out these animals. It was a Bichon Maltese mix named Chantel and another animal as well that she let out in the outside area. They were out there from 10:30 a.m. until they were found at 2 p.m.
Jesus, man. Seriously?
So 3.5 hours. And you might think
That's
a dog
horrible.
outside. Little
Not
dogs in
this heat,
particular seem more susceptible to this, but there's no shade and no heat, and the sun's just baking down on a dog.
For that long?
That's 3.5 hours of this dog frying. That's not good. Under Florida law, this offense is committed when a person has the custody or control of any animal and fails to act, which results in the cruel death or excessive or repeated infliction of unnecessary pain or suffering of an animal. And it's a felony of the 3rd degree. A place called Paws Pet Resort was the name. And they said it's a tragic loss and a single employee was to blame for doing this. And I don't disagree with that. But I also would say, if you're one of these pet facilities and you have a little outside area for the pets, shouldn't you be aware of this and plan better so that there's a shaded area? Maybe you have some air circulating around there. So if one of your employees did forget about the animals, they weren't just stuck in the sun and the dogs were just
where's
dying.
the daycare in that? Like, what are you paying them for? Just to let your dog outside for hours?
Yeah, I kind of put some of the blame on them. I really think
full blame on them.
You shouldn't have an area for dogs to be released that could risk those dogs' lives if your employee doesn't pay enough attention. You should have it so if the employee leaves the dogs out there, nothing to worry about because it's nice and cool. There's some fans blowing. There's some shade for the dogs to hang out. There's a water bowl out there in case they get thirsty. And that problem is solved immediately. You don't have to blame it on a single employee here. But what do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send a dispatch right now. Should this woman be prosecuted, or is it just a simple mistake in your estimation? This Haley O'Connor of Clearwater in some hot water.
I think that, yes, she should be prosecuted. I don't know that I necessarily blame the rest of the pet resort that heavily on that. I mean, to have a pet resort in Clearwater, Florida, in Pinellas County, and have an outdoor area, it would be very expensive to go to make an outdoor area go, all right, just in case we forget the dogs, they'll be fine.
Do you really think it would be, though, just to set up something with a little bit of shade? And
I don't know. I feel like in this heat, it should be part of the morning meeting or the weekly email to your employees. Like, let's be aware that this heat could kill the dogs in which our customers are paying for us to care for them. So either keep monitoring them throughout the hours that they're outside, or don't let them outside.
But wouldn't it make more sense if you, imagine you have a place like this, or even a child daycare or something. You should say all the places that these animals would be exposed to are safe for those animals. And clearly just being outside with a pounding sun down on you, if you're left out there for too long, is not safe. I would want the place I brought my dog to have thought about this, to have like a little, just put up something that casts a little shade and then put up a water bowl and keep an eye on the animals when they're out there. This seems like this was not the setup for them. It just,
I would be curious if they have a space like that, because this was just supposed to be a potty break. That's what she forgot to let them in from. This was just supposed to be a bathroom. So maybe this is the bathroom area because it said it's turf. And maybe it's something that's easier to clean. And then if they have outside time, it's different. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm giving them a pass where I shouldn't be, but it's definitely this woman's fault. 99%.
I'm a total nerd on this. When we take Lady out, she has so much fur that she gets really overheated. So I carry a water bottle with us when we go for a walk.
That's not nerd. You're a good dog dad.
And I stop and I give her a little water bottle and let
This
her
heat is no joke, man. I mean,
for dogs especially that have a lot of fur, it's really, imagine putting a coat on and going outside. It
also,
sucks.
while we're talking about this, if it's very hot outside, put your hand to the asphalt before you let your dog's bare paws go onto it, because
it's hot as hell.
How many poor dogs get their pads like completely burnt because it's time for them to walk and you don't want them to do a pee inside? I mean,
the problem always goes back to there's not enough people thinking about the animals and caring enough about what kind of position they're in.
And with Lady, it's not, not just that. I mean, it doesn't help that she has a lot of fur, but it's her size. I mean, you know how long it takes to cook a chicken breast versus like a full turkey? The small dog's got it bad, man.
That's true. It doesn't take as long to bring them up to temp. All right, when we come back, we're going to hear what's been happening behind the scenes in the Biden campaign.
Sorry if that makes you think about Lady being cooked, like brought up to a nice medium rare.
No, I need that picture in my head for those moments when she's bad, and picture that visual
Time for
every
a
time.
potty break.
And we're going to talk about rage bait as well. Plus, when we return, we have to talk about a different angle of this Diddy story that I don't think people have been hitting yet. And it's an interesting one. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks return home to play the Broncos this Sunday. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities have moved that accident off to the right shoulder now on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Canoe Creek Service Plaza and Three Lakes Toll Plaza. Traffic is moving along, but expect heavy delays still. There's a spilled load blocking 2 right lanes on State Road 408 westbound between Anderson Street and I-4. Move over and slow down in that area. And there's an accident on Apopka Vineland Road at Ponceata Boulevard causing a bit of commotion. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's RC Hill. Prices are up everywhere, and that makes affordability a problem. And that's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. This week at RC Hills, if you hate your car, don't accept the status quo. Just say no. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. My team of finance specialists really hustle to help you find a car you love at a low rate and a monthly payment that fits your budget. That's what my Perfect Payment program is all about. Get a great deal on a new 2024 Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Or check out our certified used trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars. So if you hate your car because it has too many miles or too many problems, dump it and get way over trade value. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. RC Hill Mitsubishi and used car superstores in DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. And if you need to sell your car today, we pay you on the spot. Visit rchillbuyscars.com. That's rchillbuyscars.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. When looking for an attorney, I would choose experience. Do they care? Will they pick up your phones? I'd avoid the guy who sounds like this when he picks up.
I'd do anything for you. I got plastic wrap, I got a shovel in my trunk, and I got a boat at the marina. Thanks to this mofo.
If you want to hire a law firm who's willing to work this hard just to do a commercial, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
Get ready for an epic engagement event at International Diamond Center this Friday through Sunday. IDC's flying in the entire collections, all the newest styles from both Tacori and Verragio. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori and Verragio, the world's 2 premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives and 36-month zero-interest financing. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by true California artisans with exquisite detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Verragio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Verragio ring at this event and get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Also, check out new fashion jewelry from these renowned designers. Let the experts at IDC help you find both the perfect ring and the most dazzling diamond during this incredible 3-day event. Get the guaranteed best price and spread your payments over 3 whole years. It's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is back. November 14th through 17th, the Orange County Convention Center will be filled with hundreds of new vehicles. Get your tickets now and save $2 per ticket at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
Board over there, and I'm sure it'll make you laugh. Absolutely. Go over there and check it out right now. It is at thenewsjunkie.com. I spoke too soon. I really spoke too soon. During the break, I bring up my Twitter account, and right in my face, another story, drama about Linkin Park. I thought we were past this. I thought it was over. But there's a big variety story just from today that says, following Linkin Park bringing Emily Armstrong as the new vocalist, Chester Bennington's mother has spoken out against the band, claiming that she feels betrayed and that they're trying very hard to erase the past. They told me if they were ever going to do something, they would let me know. They didn't let me know, and they probably knew I was not going to be very happy. I'm very upset about it, says the mother of Chester Bennington.
Wasn't his son the first person to say something as well?
His son was very upset, but in a weird way, where his son was buying tickets to see the new Linkin Park and almost
like,
going...
I'm going to the show, but please don't harass me. And if anything happens to me, it's on Linkin Park.
Yeah, I'm going behind enemy lines was the vibes
because
of the son's pose.
He didn't like the fact that they not only announced a new lead singer, but they did it during National Suicide Month.
Yeah, that was a stretch too.
And then, which was weird because there are a whole bunch of people who didn't like that Linkin Park had a new lead singer. You'd think they would be on his side, but there was he was getting hate mail and people telling him to kill himself, which is really
National Suicide Month.
Well, yeah.
Considering his dad died in that very same way, it seems way more brutal. So the mom's weighing in, and the mom's saying, Chester Bennington was my son, and I feel like this is bad. This is a violation. We'll see if you have any thoughts on that with your dispatches. I want to go over quickly.
It's like a payday thing. Like, does he not receive?
I don't know.
Does the estate not receive royalties anymore if they've?
Everything depends on who owns what. Did the rights to his songs transfer, I would imagine, to his wife and daughter, or maybe even the son? But I don't know. It depends on who owns that. I would guess by seeing this that the other guy, what's his name from Linkin Park? Mike Shinoda, that he must have the rights to the name, because otherwise they could not perform as Linkin Park if he didn't own that. So he must have those rights and the rights to perform the music. Otherwise, the mom could just shut it down or the son could just shut it down. Something must have happened here. I want to share something with you. Totally different, but interesting nonetheless. Let's go to a zoo in China where they've just found out that their bears are not actually bears.
Yeah.
And I ask you, how did it take so long to realize these weren't panda bears?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking cute, though.
That's a dog.
I was thinking cute.
That's so obviously a dog.
They've been
I've
saying
never
that
seen a
for
more obvious
years.
dog.
Would this not be boss mode if you had a dog that looked like that?
That is a cool looking animal, but a panda it is not. Look at these things. They say they were fooled by these animals.
What do you mean fooled? They're walking like dogs.
If you're an expert at a zoo and you don't realize, this one sneaks by and you don't realize that these are not pandas, you're fired. You're fired. I'm sorry. I could see from a mile away that somebody got ripped off here.
Not ripped off. They're the ones maintaining. That dye is not permanent. They grow and need to be groomed. They have to get a re-dye.
Yeah, the details are here. Chinese zoo forced to admit the truth after one of their pandas started panting and barking. The Shanhui Zoo admits
they were dyed.
They painted dogs. Yeah, they painted them. They don't really look like that. Ceilings let down.
I thought you were like, it was a weird translation. Like, they were dyed. As if
No, they're still alive. They're still alive.
And they really were mad that they weren't panda bears.
The Shanhui Zoo admits they painted the dogs white and black to make them look like pandas. The zoo initially tried claiming the dogs were a unique breed of pandas called panda dogs. It was later discovered.
C+ for effort.
The pandas were chow chows who were dyed with white and black paint.
Duh.
I'm not believing panda dogs for a second, friends.
All right. Since we're this week in zoos, tell me you saw Pesto the Penguin.
No. I don't think so. Oh, wait, did we talk about this briefly when she was gone, Celine, this penguin thing?
That's massive.
No, I don't think we did.
Please look it up. This baby penguin was born in captivity at a zoo. I forget the name of the zoo, but it came out bigger than both its parents. And now it's the funniest footage. It's in the it's not cute.
Am I getting this right? P-E-S-T-A? Pesto, is that what you're saying?
Pesto.
Pesto the penguin.
Pesto the penguin. And it is a massive baby penguin. Like, it is so much bigger, and it's still like the gray, fluffy, hasn't matured yet. And look how giant this penguin is.
Is this some sort of anomaly?
Look at Pesto, man.
This is the baby that hasn't grown up and lost the fur yet. That is full size. It's bigger. I gotta get a bigger photo. This is a tiny little video,
what is
actually.
that gonna grow into?
I don't know.
The size of a damn elephant?
The baby is as big as the parent.
That's a newborn baby.
I'll put this up on See It Now. It's 50 pounds.
Newborn penguins hairy like that?
Yes.
Yeah. See, the little ones, there's
much smaller.
I was hoping there would be one to compare. When penguins are born, they have this fur all over them, and then they lose the fur as they go into maturation and become adults. And this one is 50 pounds and only 9 months old.
Oh, cute. Pesto.
And it must have some sort of growth issue. I'll put this up on See It Now so everybody can take a peek here.
It's the shack of penguins, man.
Does that mean it's going to get even bigger?
I imagine.
Because if it grows at the rate of a regular penguin, this could be a 4-foot tall penguin when all is said and done.
You could ride that penguin, essentially.
Wow, that would be pretty crazy.
Cool, huh? And that's real instead of the panda dogs.
The panda dogs, they had a moment where they believed in them, but no.
If you dyed that penguin, though, to look like a panda.
Now we're talking.
I mean,
I'd go to that zoo for
Phase
sure.
3 profit.
Panda Penguin.
Penguin born massive. All right, there you go.
Big
It's up
ol'
on
penguin.
See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com if you want to take a peek at this guy. There's a lot of weird-ass animal stories going around. Everybody has become obsessed with the hippo we talked about last week, the pygmy hippo.
So cute.
Who's adorable and hideous at the same time. It's a strange mix. Adorable and hideous have crashed together and made this animal that I just can't look away from. That animal is blowing up online, too. This is not blowing up online, but it's a very odd and awkward thing that we need to discuss here. Everything is in the news about Diddy's freak out, freak off, freak up, freak down, freak off parties, and all the things that Diddy is alleged to have done here. And now people are bringing up the fact that Justin Bieber was in Diddy's world, and some of the videos are kind of awkward now to watch, the interactions between Justin Bieber and Diddy. I feel like the implication here is very much Michael Jackson-esque. Michael Jackson did X thing and Y thing. Here's Michael Jackson with another young kid. Did X and Y happen to Michael Jackson or to this kid?
That wasn't even on my radar with Diddy because Michael Jackson didn't seem like the orgy type. I mean, for what he was accused of doing and included, he had more of he was trapped in a kid's body kind of thing going, with his upbringing.
Yeah,
Puff Daddy wasn't like that. I think he got rich. He liked to party. He got any woman that he could, and then he got bored. And then all the fame and power and money went to his head, and he decided that he would wield that in such a way that he became a monster. I don't think that necessarily translates to, let's do things to Justin Bieber.
More R. Kelly than Michael Jackson then? Question mark.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like,
and as much as R. Kelly was doing the same kinds of
He
really
was doing it to
radical
young
things.
girls, though.
Yeah. Underage again.
But there are these rumors about Diddy as well. Like, it would play adoptive father. But it's the very young kids who are just living at this house amongst
like
these
Justin
things.
Bieber.
So
there was a young
crazy?
woman who was in Diddy's videos
Yes.
recently too that people said the same thing about.
That's
They
who
said,
I
"What is
saw.
she doing there? Why is she over at this house?" And I
could be
didn't
wrong.
even know.
I just didn't get those vibes. But I mean, I also didn't get a lot of these vibes.
I watch all of this and I say, I didn't even pick up on the fact that Diddy was bisexual. That wasn't even on my radar. I didn't know that part about it. And there's a lot more than that in these allegations.
I had heard some rumors where it was like, yo, if you want to make it in the rap world, you got to mop Diddy. Yeah.
Well, don't you remember
It's
when
like a
the
power
one guy
thing.
on an interview, the one guy said, yes, Diddy did this to me sexually, and this happened, and this happened. And
He sued
people
him.
kind of,
Tried to sue him.
but people rejected the claim because they said, this is ridiculous. This can't possibly be true. Now,
Called the
maybe it
lowdown.
was. It could have been. Here's the video back and forth. Diddy and Justin Bieber.
This will be yours. So, every time you come in LA, it's a little dusty, but
You bought him a Lambo? Or is this a Ferrari? I don't know. I don't know my cars.
Seriously, it's amazing how much of a little lesbian he looked like.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down and you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
Wow.
16.
This isn't
The
that
chemistry.
weird. It's not weird sexually. It's weird just because it's an adult talking to a child about their career. But he found him, right? It didn't him and Scooter
like
Braun.
YouTube.
Yeah, and like maybe Usher had something to do with it. I don't remember the origin story of Justin Bieber, but this is an
It's not
interaction
something that you study on and off?
No, that one I don't know much about.
Slow down. Let's slow down, Justin.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You good to go.
When you get 16.
Yeah, so
When
he's
you get
15
18,
here.
The house. Get the mansion.
Man, content
I just
creation
meant get
was
instead
so
of turn.
different.
Yeah, this looks like it's so long ago.
So long ago, and like I would have edited so much of that awkward pauses in between, and it's just amazing that they would. I think that's 8 more minutes long, and everyone would just watch the rest of it. Wait
It's
for it.
2 minutes and 4 seconds. So this is about the middle point.
It feels like 8 minutes.
Is this 10 years old? Is Justin Bieber 25 yet? Is he up there that far? I don't know what his age is. Just see where he is. Oh my God, if he's in his 30s, that would be
All right,
crazy.
guess. Don't look it up, C-Lane.
I already did.
I didn't. Oh, you both
Guess.
know? I
You thought he was
am going to
25?
say old enough to drink for sure. I will go 25. Yeah.
30 years old.
Is he really? Wow.
Just had a baby, too.
Damn it, man. That seems crazy to me. These stories aren't going to stop anytime soon for Diddy. I saw somebody had tweeted out and they said, look at this. They're coming after Diddy because he wanted to have some freaky sex parties. There's nothing illegal about that. I think there's some disagreement in the Department of Justice on that particular topic.
Yeah, like
we'll
the
see who wins
trafficking
out.
part and racketeering.
There's a lot of charges that are coming to him right now, so much so that it's 100 years plus, I think. All right, we'll go over to you and some dispatches in a moment. Well, what's happening behind the scenes of the Biden campaign? I teased that very quickly.
Come on, man.
We now know that President Biden's reelection campaign was sent the stolen material from former President Trump's campaign emails. They went through and hacked the email of the Trump campaign. The Biden campaign, which is kind of non-existent right now, they got these, and then they reached out to the FBI and the CISA and some of these other groups to tell them, hey, the Iranians have sent this information. They're trying to interfere in the election. The interesting thing is, would they release any info that was in this? Somebody must have read some of this. What do we got here? What are they sending us? And what dirt did they find? Will that come out as our October surprise? Lots of questions there. Lots of questions that I'd be interested in the answer to. Let's work in one dispatch very quickly here before the break. Here's Big Al talking about pets.
Hey, news junkies. Hey. There is a place that I do service at called Best Friends Pet Care. And they do pet care. They have different levels of care that you pay for, from a little running area. Then they have like a pet suite with a TV and a bed for the dogs or cats. They have all kinds of animals they take in for boarding. Birds, reptiles. But the dog area is indoor and outdoor for play areas, and there's always employees with them. No animals ever left on their own. And they have big-ass fans. I mean, that's the name of the fan that goes around, and outside it's all fans and water for the pets and shade areas. So in Florida, you got to have shade. But I don't know if the employees should be criminally charged, but the pet resort itself is going to get a hell of a lawsuit.
It could be.
And lose customers.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if this was really bad for them. Let's see what he said.
Almost... never mind.
Okay, I'm glad I went back to that.
Beautiful.
Happy, almost, never mind. Close enough. I think when we look at what happened here with this poor dog, he was let down by the employee. 2 dogs, 1 died. I think only one of them died, unless I got that wrong.
Chantel.
Yeah, this Haley O'Connor is the 24-year-old who was responsible for all this during the potty break. Both of them were made to be sick and weren't feeling well, but I think the one died.
And she clocked out. It was the next shift
she
that
left?
found the dogs.
Jesus. Yeah, I blame her, but I really think that there should be safer places when they let the dogs out so you don't have to worry about this.
Who let the dogs out, though?
Tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. The 75% chance of something happening. 75% chance. What is it? You are not going to believe this, mostly because it's not true. But that didn't stop somebody from saying it. What is it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Move over and slow down. There's debris all over the roadway due to a spilled load. It's blocking 2 right lanes on State Road 408 westbound between Anderson Street and I-4. Authorities have moved that accident off to the right shoulder now on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Canoe Creek Service Plaza and 3 Lakes Toll Plaza. Expect heavy delays in that area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
We're just hours away from our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
The biggest headliners in live music will be taking over T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Plus, some special surprises and moments you are not going to want to miss.
Stream only on Hulu. Tomorrow and Saturday, starting at 10:30 p.m.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Hey, it's RC Hill. Prices are up everywhere, and that makes affordability a problem. And that's why I'm turning September into Acceptember. This week at RC Hills, if you hate your car, don't accept the status quo. Just say no. Here at RC Hill, we're all about affordability. My team of finance specialists really hustle to help you find a car you love at a low rate and a monthly payment that fits your budget. That's what my Perfect Payment program is all about. Get a great deal on a new 2024 Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Or check out our certified used trucks, SUVs, and luxury cars. So if you hate your car because it has too many miles or too many problems, dump it and get way over trade value. But hurry, a deal this accepting won't last long. RC Hill Mitsubishi and used car superstores in DeLand and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com. And if you need to sell your car today, we pay you on the spot. Visit rchillbuyscars.com. That's rchillbuyscars.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. When people ask me what I do for a living, I don't even blink. I'm an accident attorney. For those who've never been in an accident, that carries a negative connotation. For those who have, they understand. They need an attorney to fight a billion-dollar insurance company, to make sure their bills are paid and that their future is protected. I'm very proud of what I do, and I take it very serious. If that works for you, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
Get ready for fall road trips with Pep Boys. Shop and save on newly reduced prices on hundreds of tires. Save up to $420 instantly on select Cooper tires. That's up to $300 in savings with buy three, get the fourth free, plus $120 in savings with free installation. Don't miss this chance to save big. Buy three, get the fourth free, plus free installation on select Cooper tires. Ends 9/22/24. Tire discount equals the retail price of one tire in a purchase set, excluding taxes. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit pepboys.com for details.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
It's the Central Florida International Auto Show at the Orange County Convention Center, November 14th through the 17th. Explore new cars, trucks, SUVs, and more. Buy tickets now and save $2 per ticket. Get tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Score your next used car during the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Used car prices start at $89.88 and credit problems are no problem. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home with a lifetime warranty.
VIN number 5Y104975 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like One Hit Wonders Radio. The greatest one-hit wonders of all time. Free never sounded so good.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Preparing you
for the impending robot uprising.
This is the news.
And we'll do it all in very, very quick time. And then we'll hear from you as we wrap up the show before too long. But first, we got to talk about this clip because a lot of people have been sending this around today. Some guy on CNN, and he gets into it, I guess, with the reporter a little bit. He was at one of those Trump flotilla parties where they go out on their boats and they're all MAGA happy and they're supporting Trump. And I guess CNN sent somebody out there. Let's just check it out. Let's see what happens.
What's your most important issue?
The economy, getting the interest rates down, getting it where we can afford to live in America. Right now, it's too expensive.
Okay, now let me maybe ask like a slightly impolite question. But, you know, if you can afford a boat, you're not hurting so bad, right? Because a boat costs a lot.
He said that right on CNN.
CNN can do what they want.
All right. Wow. Color me surprised.
Is this a real video? This is, the guy...
I don't know. Something seems a little strange. They wouldn't do that in an edited segment. That must be fake. No.
No, I thought CNN started getting crazy.
No, I don't think. Well, they did air stuff just because people would say it and it would be newsworthy. I don't see anybody calling this out.
Something about the way he said it reminded me of Knocker Right in the Park guy. Just like his delivery sounded like it was put on.
Well, they did say it was live, so maybe he just whipped it out there. And then his point was, just because I have a boat doesn't mean the economy is doing well.
Oh,
it may shock you.
Their YouTube.
Same thing?
Yeah, it's the same video.
Can you see if they censored it? See if they bleeped it out so I can play a version so everybody can hear it. Because the guy starts to go in on the reporter, and they aired it with straight up the C word going on. Shay says, Sean, keep playing the video. All right, we gotta hold it down for just a second here. And stop down and see what we got.
They posted it with...
Did they really? Maybe they are getting wild on CNN.
I mean, cable... I swear we've talked about this before, where it's like they're starting to use the S word. Because
they don't have to bleep it out if they don't want to on CNN. And this guy just went for it. Well, I hesitate to play the rest of it if he curses again, because he just said that S word with such aggression.
And CNN, I mean, would you mind for everyone else releasing a censored version as well?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that for their YouTube version. So the bottom line is the reporter goes, well, how can the economy suck? Your boat looks big and it's expensive to have a boat. And this guy says, it may shock you to know, but there are more people than me involved in the economy. And while I worked really hard for all of my stuff, it's not so easy for everybody else out there. And he went in on this reporter a bit. There was a weird fake vibe to that, but it's absolutely real. It's legitimate. To the second thing that I was talking about, this is Trump at a rally where he was talking about New York City. And I said, the 75% chance stat. We got to see if we could track this down because Trump says there's a 75% chance if you're a kid riding the subway in New York that you'll go missing. And that seems like that seems like a high number to me.
A lot of missing kids.
If you said 3/4 of all kids who are on the subway will go missing, that's pretty jaw-dropping, but I think that's what he said. Let's see if he was taken out of context.
And despite all of the persecution I've endured from the corrupt judicial system in New York, it's a corrupt system. I love the people of this state, and I want to give back. I want to give back to you. I've had a great life. I want to give back to you. We're going to give it back to you. We're going to give it back. City, and we're going to make this state incredible again.
That's even better than great.
We will rebuild our roads, bridges, highways, and airports. They're falling apart. They're falling down. We will renovate New York subway. Oh, that's beautiful. I used to go to school in the subway.
What?
Can you
Go to
believe it?
school in the subway?
I mean, I like to say it's not so long ago, but it probably is. What do you think, Bruce? I guess it is. But my parents would drop me off at a subway, and I'd go to Union Turnpike, or I'd go to wherever I...
Yeah, Union Turnpike!
That I was going to be disappearing. They would take me to a subway, put me on and say, bye, darling, bye. If you do that today, you have about a 75% chance that you'll never see your child again.
Okay.
All right.
What the hell has happened here?
What the hell has happened?
Everyone's like,
Can
yeah, 75% chance.
If I look up child subway,
New York.
75% chance, I think I'm only going to get Trump. I'm only going to get him talking about that. Trump claims there's a 75% chance.
NYC subway child abduction rate.
Trump claims there's a 75% chance. These are all just him doing this. Or Subway the restaurant is popping up quite a bit here, too. I don't know if that stat is accurate, folks. I think it sounds a little bit high.
For public transportation or for the restaurant Subway.
So, AI overview from Google.
Yeah.
Isn't much information about child abduction stats on New York City subway right now, but here's some related information about missing children. July 2024, U.S. Marshals found 41 missing children and arrested 3 people, including a sex offender, in a 5-week operation in New York City. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is a clearinghouse for missing children. Okay.
They don't know the answer. They don't know how many kids, what the percentage is. It's not 75%. There's just no way. Parents keep putting their kids on the subways, and they're like, all right, so you have a good time.
When it was at 50%, they're like, let's just hold off before we, make sure it's a thing.
Because if it gets to 75% chance and you're still putting your kid on the subway, it kind of looks like you just don't want your kid to come back.
Also, that's so many kids to go missing. Like, where are they putting them all? Another subway?
It seems like you just wanted your little hellion to disappear. You put him on the subway and you go, all right, best of luck, kid. Let's see what happens with you. Let's check in on TikTok. Let's see how the folks are doing over on TikTok. See what they're up to over there. Let's go to News Nation.
Eating dirt is taking on a new and literal meaning thanks to TikTok.
I give up.
TikTokers are racking up millions of views advocating eating clumps of dirt and clay for health benefits.
Yeah, all those health benefits of eating dirt are surfacing from the kids over on the TikTok right now. They call it a bizarre diet trend. I think you've got like 4 people who Googled, can I eat dirt and survive? And then came up with this.
While there is some truth to this, it has been in practice for hundreds of years in some parts of the world for digestive and nutrition issues.
In Haiti.
Out of context, there could be some signs of trouble. So let's bring in News Nation's Nancy Liu, who is covering this, joins us live. All right, Nancy, I have to ask, did you try some of this as part of your...
Are they interviewing her in front of a pile of dirt? Is this for real?
She's going to eat the whole thing.
The woman is live in front of a pile of dirt for an interview about TikTokers eating dirt. We've lost the kids for now. Maybe they will recover Maybe TikTok will get banned in December and we won't have to worry about this anymore. And they'll all go over to the new app that we discussed. I don't know, but this doesn't look good. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the night.
Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for the rest of our Thursday, we are going to be expecting a good amount of sunshine all the way through about the early afternoon. We'll begin to see some clouds increase ahead of our next round of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. For the most part, these will stay pretty isolated, and best chances will be taking place to the south and east of the Orlando metro, and that will give way to about a 40% chance with afternoon highs today in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Pick Your Part. Daytona, Pick Your Part is open. Bring your tools and pull quality used auto parts at huge discounts. This Friday the 20th to Sunday the 22nd, take 25% off everything store-wide. Excludes admissions. More info at pyp.com. Pick Your Part, Daytona. Save big by pulling your own parts.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time's running out. Please text the two letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising.
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks.
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wawa makes the right handcrafted beverages for the right time. And now, handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. Jump out of bed for an iced latte. Take a lunch break for a smoothie. Or celebrate with a late-night milkshake. Wawa makes the right beverages for the right time. Now at an even better price. Get smoothies, lattes, or any handcrafted 16-ounce or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
Honey, I'm going to Wawa for dinner.
Okay, but Ben wants pizza.
Yup.
And Nick wants a burger and fries.
Right.
Oh, and the twins, they won't touch anything except for mac and cheese.
Exactly. Wawa has something for everyone for dinner, so I only have to make one stop to make everyone happy. So, what do you want?
Well, if you're going to Wawa, I have to have a hoagie.
From burgers to hoagies and everything in between, Wawa has dinner for everyone.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again.
We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like One Hit Wonders.
This is the story of
Just search One Hit Wonders and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting?
The stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday here on the show.
I think I figured out why that guy sounded so fake on CNN.
Oh, why?
He sounds like the actor that was in Mars Attacks, the one that went crazy and was like,
isn't that Quaid?
Yeah, Randy Quaid.
Oh,
does he sound a little bit like Randy Quaid?
All right, C-Lane has this censored now, so we could play it for you. This is the interaction on CNN.
What's your most important issue?
The economy, getting the interest rates down, getting it where we can afford to live in America. Right now, it's too expensive.
Okay, now let me maybe ask like a slightly impolite question. But, you know, if you can afford a boat, you're not hurting so bad, right? Because a boat costs a lot of money and it's a lot of upkeep.
Listen, nobody gave me I earned everything that I've got. I'm retired military, retired power plant, and I am successful and retired and with boats, jet skis, because I did it right. And everybody has that chance.
Peace sign.
Whether they choose or not, that's up to them.
I would never try to take anything away from you in that way. But what I'm asking is, groceries are probably a smaller part of your budget than, say, you know, someone who's like a little worse off. I think it's interesting that people who are a little bit more comfortable are still so concerned about the economy. Did you see what I'm saying?
Because I want my money to go further. I want inflation to go down. I want interest rates to go back down.
All right.
I want all that. But that covers everybody in the economy. Not just me, not just the poor, not just the rich. It covers everybody.
Now, something I've heard from some people, tell me if this applies to you, is like they're worried their kids aren't able to afford a house or a car.
Well, I train my kids and taught my kids properly. They have great educations. And they're both successful in their careers.
He's got to train my kids for a second there.
Stay.
I can hear him driving flying a plane right into an alien spacecraft right now.
All right, let's do the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
What were you saying?
I heard you, buddy.
Better than say driving a plane.
Driving a plane is a thing. You could drive a plane. I mean, you might call it flying, but I get where you're going. All right, let's do the final dispatches. Here we go with Shark Baits.
Hey there, junkies. It's Shark Beat. So I just went to the Circle K to get a couple beers for home.
Nice.
And I was stopped by this guy. His name is Jacob. And we did magnet switch. He was showing me all the different ones he kept in his work truck and talking about the live events and stuff. So I just wanted to give a shout out. It was nice to meet you, sir. All right. Take care, guys.
Nice.
Bye.
There you go. Appreciate that, Shark Bait. Gold star for you. Nice dispatch. And the last one will be... Here is Paul talking about doggy daycare.
For a lot of those dogs, especially those small ones with those short noses, it's hard for them to breathe in the heat. And then my wife used to work for one of those pet places in Tampa, and anytime they had dogs outside, there was always a person with them.
Smart strategy. Just if you take a dog outside, you're with the dog, never alone. You wouldn't end up with this outcome. That sucks. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right. They're Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services from packing to delivery. They're fully licensed, insured to provide a seamless moving experience, and they're the GOATs. They're very efficient. They're very strong, and they're very fast at what they do, and they're just great movers, and that's why I went with them. Anytime, anywhere, you can get a quote at centomoving.com, CENTO moving.com.
You know, one thing I didn't even think of, and I would love to hear some behind the scenes on this. Just a moment ago, Qatar Airways announced that passengers who are flying from Lebanon's international airport will not be allowed to carry pagers or walkie-talkies.
Oh.
And obviously that's based on the stuff that's happened recently where Israel blew up all those Hezbollah pagers and then followed that up by blowing up walkie-talkies. Turns out they created these companies. They sat there and waited until they got a contract with Lebanon. Then they put these explosives in, and they were just waiting. This was like a long con from Israel. And then they even blew up some solar installations, too, I think, that people had in their homes. I didn't even think, what if one of those people had been on a flight at the time? Could they have assured that there was nobody who was going to be sitting on a plane and then, maybe they wouldn't get the signal that made it explode?
Yeah.
I would hope that would be the case, because that could have blown a damn commercial airliner out of the sky. The PTN or PETN or whatever it is that they used in these explosives, it's the same thing that Richard Reed, the shoe bomber, tried to use. And they said if he would have lit his shoe on fire, remember, Richard Reed, this terrorist from Al-Qaeda, he was on the flight, he had the bomb in his shoe. This is why you have to take your shoes off at the airport. And he took out a lighter, and he lit the lighter, and somebody goes, what's this guy doing? Or he had matches. He's like lighting the matches, and somebody said, well, what's happening here? And finally they stop him. If he would have blown up that shoe with the same kind of explosives, it would have blown the side of the plane right off. They would have died. Everybody would have died on that plane. And so if this would have happened with one of these pagers or even the walkie-talkies, that could have been really, really bad. Even worse than it was for the people who were involved in this. Did we do the Cento family moving and storage thing yet or no?
Yeah.
We did? Okay, sorry. Blacked out.
I'll do it again if you...
I think we're good, but they're great. They are the best of the best. There is a harassment lawsuit that is the latest problem for Mr. Beast. He was squeaky clean for a while, and now he's got some problems. This time, people saying that there was a culture of mistreatment and abuse while they were filming inside the class action lawsuit.
The Ellen treatment for sure.
They're piling on. 5 anonymous contestants claim they were not adequately paid, and they were forced into dangerous conditions while filming in Las Vegas. They said several contestants were hospitalized as a result of the games. Participants lacked access to medical care, were denied breaks during filming, and were fed sporadically and sparsely. Female contestants say they were subjected to sexual harassment throughout the production. This is all about this Amazon show that Mr. Beast is embarking on right now. They say Threads has descended into just rage bait. People are posting stuff to make other people mad. It sounds a lot like Twitter, X, whatever. And I love this story. Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, who was close to being Kamala's VP, wanted to celebrate because they pushed through a thing that allows people to sell canned cocktails in the state of Pennsylvania. So he showed up at Rutter's convenience store in central Pennsylvania, and he said, time to celebrate. Let's get some Surfside tea and vodka. Let's get one of these canned cocktails that we've now made legal in our state. And they said, sir, do you have your ID? And he said, no. And he walked out of the store, and they did not sell him the alcohol. And I thought, this is a grown-ass man who is the governor of the state, and he got carded. So good move on that person's side. Okay, here we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Today I learned this lady.
Yoko Ono.
That is right. Yoko Ono. She had a film called Self-Portrait in 1969. Self-Portrait consists of 42 minutes, a shot of her husband John Lennon's semi-erect penis. At the end...
Is that available on DVD?
We'll drop.
Oh, no.
And it says the film was... number 3. Film was never reshown after its initial screening. Can you imagine sitting in a movie theater for 41 minutes and then... bloop,
oh, my God.
And then, all right, 42 minutes, movie over, see you later. They did not show that after it was initially screened. Today, I learned actress Natasha Richardson fell while she was taking a skiing lesson. She said, I'm fine. She refused medical help, but a few hours later, she said, I got a headache. They took her to the hospital where she soon died of an epidural hematoma, which is why you're supposed to stay awake after you hit your head in any way.
I thought they debunked that.
Did they? I don't know. I was always told don't go to sleep or don't pass out after you hit your head because it could be the sign of a brain injury or that something bad was going on. Today, learned the first recorded employment strike in history happened in 1158 BC in ancient Egypt when strikers demanded wheat rations, which was granted after a march to the office of the vizier. They were protesting and striking way back in the day. Today, I learned this show right here. I Love Lucy. Television broadcasters sped up the tapes of I Love Lucy in the 1970s while using special hardware at the time. That gave them some space, 3 minutes, in fact, to run advertisements. And thus, the commercial setup began. Today, I learned this band right here.
REO Speedwagon.
That's right. C-Lane's cover band is going to hit this one when they go on tour. Today, I learned the Top Gun producers originally slated Toto to do Danger Zone, but they couldn't due to legal conflicts. Bryan Adams said, I don't want to do this. This movie glorifies war. REO Speedwagon says, we'll do it if we could do the rest of the soundtrack. They said no. And finally, they said, let's just let Kenny Loggins do it. He'll be fine, right? The rest, as they say, is history. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.